Hey, what's up, everybody? Slice'em here with Slice'em Gaming, and we are live, ready to rock and roll. It is that time. Let's jump on here, have a little fun, get some stuff done. And tonight we're going to be discussing the Cull Nerf, the Namor Nerf, and the other quote-unquote rebalancing that's going on inside the game. What this means to the game, what it means to the players, what can we expect, what's going to happen, and then try to actually have a good idea of where we're going to go from there. So give me 1 second here as we get things going. The link has been sent out. And let's get everybody moving around. Change the chat over from top to live. Hey, what's up, Lori Reed? Good to see you. And we're also hopefully going to have a couple people jumping in on the chat with me here tonight. And we're going to see what everybody has to say and discuss this and go from there. Kush says, yo, so glad I didn't rank 4 my Namor. What a nightmare. Dice says, sup, boss. There's Yo saying Canadian Slice and everyone. There's Frojo. Dice says, you're going to sell your call. I haven't looked at the buffs yet. I've only looked at, really only read Namor's Nerf first. I'll be very honest, that was my first concern, was what are they going to do with Namor? How are they going to play out with him? What are they going to do? And we'll kind of go from there. So, but we're going to take a look at all of them, take a look at what they're bringing to the table, what they're taking away, and what that means to the players. So, speaking of, I forgot to do a tweet. Let's do a quick tweet here. Sorry. All right. There, we'll go with that. That's good enough for tonight. Tweets out live. There we go. What's up, Raven Knight? Good to see you. Kelly says, okay, I've been out sick the last 2 days. What's the skinny on Cull and Namor? We're getting ready to go over it, man. There's Kingpin saying, what's up, Sly and everyone? Ty says, had me a good day so far. Pulled Sim Supreme. Finished Variant 4. Got my goodies. Congrats, man. Frojo, are you around where you can talk? If so, you'd be happy to join the chat here. We're gonna get ready to go. We're gonna have some general conversation. Take my input on what I feel is going on with these characters, and also go from there. Galen says also pulled a 5-star Nova. Congrats, man. I didn't even open any crystals, so you're 1 step ahead of me. All right, let's get this pulled up. So I was trying to get it to throw up on my screen. That sounds true. I was trying to get it to pop up on my screen. I couldn't get it to manipulate up on my screen. I probably need to restart my computer. But unfortunately, it refused to just go along with me here. So you guys are gonna have to kind of live with me for a little bit. Excuse me. So you're gonna have to kind of deal with it and just trust my reading. I'll try one more time here. Let's just see one thing. Give me 1 second. Yep, that didn't do it. So, as I said, you're just going to have to deal with me reading it to you, talking about it, and going from there, so. Hey, what's up, Jake Carlos? Good to see you, man. Can I call in a bit? Of course, Kush. Yeah, just grab Discord. We'll get it up. We'll get it rolling. There's Kingpin over on Twitch. He's here on YouTube. Gotta wait for Mel to get home with my headset. Fair enough. Oh, yeah, work. Gotcha. Kingpin says, I just noticed something suspicious about the nerfs and the buffs. We'll see what he has to say. Sorry, but watching the stream gives me a headache. I'll catch up later. Good night all night. Callie, good luck, bud. Hope you get feeling better. Alright. So, in the meantime, let's see. What's up, Crip? Good to see you over there. And there's Kingpin sharing the link all over the place. Appreciate it, brother. Okay. Whenever you're ready, man, jump on Discord and we'll start chatting it up and going from there. Yeah, SGA in the house. We got plenty of SGA guys coming in, hanging out. Good to see you guys. I am just going to go share the link here real quick. Sorry guys, I'm just sharing the link a couple more times here real quick and then we'll get going. I think that's it. What's up, Bloody? Good to see you, man. Alright, so in the meantime, we'll let Squirrel Girl start going crazy. Hopefully Thing doesn't jack this up for me. KP, let me know whenever you're on Discord, and I'll drag you into the chat, and we'll go from there, buddy. Can auto fight kill Squirrel Girl? I'm about to find out. And if it looks bad, I'm taking control. I'm just telling you right now, we're gonna cheat.
All right.
Hey, Carlos hitting the subscribe button. Appreciate it, brother. Uh-oh. Go ahead. Light me up. Ball game. Alright, there we go. KP, where you at? You can't get straight into the live stream. It's a locked chat, so you'll have to go to the SG general chat, and then I'll put you in on Discord. Don't forget, if anybody else wants to come in, hang out, chat, discuss things on the stream, feel free to do so. Always welcome to the Discord channels as well. Yay, there's the first one. Ah, Bloody, thank you for the donation. Greatly appreciated, brother. Thank you. Bloody so far leading this week. He's leading the top spot. I think by a good little bit now. Let's see if it updates here in a second. Super chat. He's got the Streamlab and the super chat. He's definitely on the top. He's holding a couple spots. Super close to having his name all the way across at the bottom. Super close. Closing in on it. All right, let's go ahead and grab this. We're gonna let AI take care of some more work for me because we're just gonna hang out and chat. KP, are you in Discord yet? So okay, let's go ahead and start the discussion while we drink. KP, I think Amir is going to be jumping in here in a little bit to discuss as well. But let's go ahead and discuss what's going on, the nerves, what it means, what they're exactly doing, and what it brings to the table. Citizen Bravo says, "Yo, Sly, look at you, Citizen Bravo, sneaky, taking the top spot." Or at least taking the stream boss spot. I see you. I see what you did right there. Oh, bravo. Dirty dog. I like it. Bloody says I have
Hello?
a sick 200 rank 5 call. What's up? How you doing, bud?
What up? What up? Can you hear me clear?
You're loud and clear, brother.
Beautiful.
What's up, Reaper? Citizen Bravo says I came in for the kill on that stream boss. That was mean, man. I like it, but mean. Torch and Maw buff sounds good, but we'll have to test them out. I haven't looked at any of the buffs yet. Again, the only thing I've looked at so far, okay,
Bravo.
the only thing I looked at is Namor. Have you looked at all the buffs and all the debuffs or nerfs?
It looks like they broke more. In my honest opinion, I think they completely broke him. I think he is going to destroy as Alliance War boss. His D-Gen got buffed. Plus now it goes off of not the base attack, but it goes over modified attack.
Really?
Yes. And I don't think they realize what they did just yet. I could be wrong, but from how I see it is they buffed him and they buffed Annihilus. 2 defenders to cost us money, and the 2 main champs that saved us money.
Time out. Wait a minute. Did you put on your tinfoil hat before you started Discord up? Is that what took you a little while? Did you have to fit it in again? Just kind of.
I really didn't want to. I checked back at the chat, SGA chat in the beginning. I was like, okay, this is fair. But the more I looked into it, the more I read into it, it just seems that they're completely screwing us. And they're trying to make it seem like they're doing us a favor. Yeah, it seems like a con. It's a long con.
Sure.
They sell, it's a bait and switch, simply put. What they did is they sold us these champs. This is the champs. This is what they do. Give them to the CCP. Look at all these YouTubers that you guys trust, that you guys watch, that you guys go to for information. Mm-hmm. They're going to ramp up these champs, especially Cull. I never seen the CCP flip out for anyone like they did with Cull Obsidian. Everyone's saying it was the greatest champ of all time. You got to get him. These people pulling him at 6 stars, taking him around, duped, put in a lot of resources. Now, for us endgame plays, a couple of T5B, some T2A, really not that big of a deal. We'll just make it up next week.
Right.
But for these plays where Namor is their only R5, or Cull is their only R5, they've been really working map 5, map 4 for a year and a half to get enough T5B to take a 6-star to rank 2. And they base everything on this. They base everything on this champ. Namor's their only R5 or Cull's their only R5, R2, 6-star, whatever. And they base a whole AQ attack over it. They base a whole AW attack around him. And what Kabam is doing is saying, we'll give you back all the resources you put into it. But we got to take him for 4 to 2 weeks completely off your roster. Which it makes no sense to me. Why can't they you click the button and it sends up a flag, then in a couple of weeks they take him from your account? Why can't you use him within that span?
Sure.
And those 2 weeks that he's out, that's going to hurt not only the player, but it's going to hurt the alliance that the player's in. Now,
let me ask you this, though.
From our outlook,
Before
we have 10, 12, 15 R5s. But if it's your only one, it's going to hurt you for those 2 weeks. You might get kicked from your lines.
Sure, but before your tin hat gets too tight.
Oh, it didn't even get on yet. It really did. I'm waiting for you to read out the bugs and the nerfs. Then I'll get into it.
So, before it gets too tight, though, do you think that maybe, just maybe, that the taking him from your roster is to keep players from doing what I know a lot of players are realistically probably going to do anyways?
Rank them up with a gem and take back the generic stones?
Yeah, they're going to go, oh, great news. I pulled him 4 times after I SIG 200 him, so now it doesn't take near the stones that it would have before. I've got a mutant awakening gem sitting in my inventory instead of the generic I used, or the cosmic instead of the generic, whatever it is. I'm going to get all these things back. I've got all these extra 6 stones sitting around now, and now I can rework my roster.
You know what? God bless those players. They're getting a 1 above Kabam. They're one of the few people out of this whole,
But that's not just a few. There's a lot of players that are going to do this.
All right, now, if they were doing this for Thing, I'd be over the moon. Because I got Thing, I ranked him up, put in about 156, and then right after that, I pulled him 8-9 times through crystals.
Right.
So, I would be one of those players doing that too.
You see what I'm saying, though?
I'm saying absolutely do it.
Is it maybe a little of a balancing act? Maybe just a touch?
No. All they got to do is as soon as you hit that sale button, it freezes. They can freeze out the character in your account.
But that's what they're essentially doing. They're just freezing.
No, they're not. They're taking them from your account completely.
Yeah.
I have a SIG 200 Namor, and I'm on One Eye Open.
Yeah.
Day 4 and day 5, map 7.
Yeah, but if he's frozen, you can't use him anyway.
You take my name. No, I'm talking about frozen for being ranked. You can't rank him. You can't SIG him anymore. You hit that button. You hit that sale button, and then he just freezes. He stays exactly how he is.
Ooh, that's rough. That's worse. I'd rather you take my champion for 2 weeks and give it back.
Not me. Let me keep my champs. Let me keep these champs I worked hard for.
I get your point.
I'm putting a lot of money for these champs.
I get your point. What's up, Jose? How you doing? Hello, Miss Diane. Good to see you. Bloody says, yeah. But what about the money we spent spinning crystals to get a Duke Cull? And 500 plus in the hole from,
I spent a lot of money on those 6-stone deals. So as soon as I got Namor, as soon as I got him duped, I pulled up Namor the first day the feature came out with him in it. And I had to wait till literally the last day the feature was out until I duped him. As soon as I duped him, he went right to 6-200. In that time in between, I bought every single 6-stone package out there. Every single one. They're not giving me units. They're not giving me anything for that. All that is gone. Yeah, and so this is why I'm calling it a long con.
I agree. There's definitely a lot of things.
They're taking our money and they expect us to say, thank you for the 6 stones. Thank you for the awakening gem.
Yeah, I don't think that they think that we're going to say thank you. I think they're not that insane. Yo says, I think the Namor buff will help him more than Nerf.
Namor will not help him. Okay, listen, now with Cull and Namor, I'm not saying they don't deserve to be nerfed. Okay, they were a little out there with the damage per second, and I admit that. I have Cull and I have Namor. Nerf them a little bit. Even it out a little bit. I'm not against that. But why are you touching Namor's regen? Why, that wasn't even on any of the notices before we got it. And I thought they were going to tell us what was going on. We were going to have a discussion about it. And then they were going to decide what they were going to do. Instead, we get it in the mail today. This is what's happening. Tough shit. Deal with it. And we're telling you this, of course, you have between now and February 5th to make sure you don't rank them up if you don't want to. We're giving you two weeks notice, to make ourselves feel better about ourselves. So we don't feel that we're screwing you guys too much. Man, it's laughable. It really is. Now, I did a complete 180 with this. I really thought it was fair. And then I thought about all the 6-stone packages I bought.
Sure.
Which is $50 a pop.
Okay.
You know, back then it was $50 a pop to get the 5-star 6 stones. I probably bought, let's say, 3 of them on the low end, because that's $150 right there.
Okay.
I understand they're not going to be sending checks around the world. I understand that. Throw me some units. Throw me some units. Throw me some feature crystals, you know, and I'd be happy.
Sure.
But this is, because right now, Namor, okay, I rank Namor because of his sig ability.
Right.
You know, if I have Omega and AQ, I got someone for Electrodes and Korgs. That's, yes, it is, Jose. You know, that's the selling point for me and Namor was the sig ability. Now, they didn't touch his sig ability. So they nerfed everything else. So they nerfed what didn't sell me on it. So if I do cash him in and I get everything back, I'm still going to put all the 6 stones back into him. So at the most, I'd make out with an R4 6200 Namor. And I got T5 being the overflow. That doesn't help me at all. That doesn't compensate me for anything they did to him. You know, I get zero compensation out of that. You know, like you said, there's a few players out there that'll get 6 stones, extra 6 stones, that'll turn mutant gems into generic gems. But I think the vast amount of players are getting screwed. You know, they really are.
I mean, I'm having this. Look, here's the problem. The biggest thing that I have, the biggest issue that I have.
I run suicides. Namor's regen with suicides is one of the big selling points. Why cut it in half? Why his regen? We have a problem with Namor because he's beating people too fast. So we're gonna take his regen out of nowhere, without any warning, without any discussion. We're gonna not even lower it. We're gonna cut it in half. You know, it smells like dirty pool to me.
So, I mean, again, I understand. For me, Namor's regen never mattered to me at all.
You don't run suicides, Slaw. You don't run suicides.
You're right. I don't.
Suicides all the time with map 7.
And again, I don't. His regen was not his selling point. Namor's big thing, and this is why I was kind of like, whew, with the Namor deal, is they didn't touch the sig ability, which was my biggest concern, because it's still extremely nasty, extremely what makes him dangerous. I thought it was insane. And I was afraid they were going to mess with the sig. If they mess with the sig ability, then I was...
Yeah, I was afraid they were going to pull a Black Widow with it, drop it down to 70%.
Woo!
Then he would have just been garbage. He just would have been a crap champ. Just like that quick. But, you know, I don't know how bad the regen's going to be. Am I going to be able to regen my, the recoil now? Who knows?
Nicholas
Who knows what these...
Nicholas has got an interesting point. He says, you know what else you're forgetting? Prestige. What if you hate the champ now, but he will ruin your prestige if you sell him? So now you're forced in a situation that hurts you one way or the other.
That's a great point.
Bishop says, I use Namor on map 7, spiked armor path every time I throw a special. Yeah. What's up, Marco? So, okay, let's discuss prestige. Prestige to me is a, I don't want to say a side factor, but...
We run map 7. Prestige is very important.
It is, but that's my point. You're either ranking for prestige or you're not. You know what I mean? You're either looking for prestige or you're not. Now Namor was a champion that did a little bit of both. You got some great prestige. You got really, really useful, really useful abilities. You know, the regen, again, it was there. Kush, if you look at inside the server, just go see where it says SG General Chat. Double click there, and it should put you in there with your mic, and I'll bring you into the main chat for the channel.
It says live stream, and he should see Slice Him and Kingpin in there.
By the way, Bryce over on Twitch says, does the Torch update make you consider your Awakening Gem? Have you used on Mr. Fantastic? Well, I have 2 of them, but I haven't looked yet. I need to take a look and see what they've done. I haven't had a chance to look at anything other than Namor. So.
And Torch gets buffed. Torch was soloing people in the Abyss, the hardest content they ever made.
Stop
Hey, don't
it.
Marco.
Stop it.
Soloing them, and then he gives them a buff. But you know why they gave him the buff? Now the tinfoil's hat on, nice and tight on top of my head. The reason why they gave Human Torch a slight buff is because how bad they broke Ebony Maw. You know, so we're gonna need people with Human Torch in war at all times to take those Maws. Yeah, it is ridiculous that it's not on regular attack, that it's on modified attack now. To me, that I forget which character, but they had to nerf a character almost immediately because he was doing that. They're like, oh, no, should have never been modified attack. That makes no sense. I forget who. I'll remember.
If you're talking about Elsa Bloodstone, whenever she's bleeding, but that's still out there, and that was also, used to they had willpower where you gained health based on your modified health. Things like that. King Kush says, I turned my stream sound down. Okay, give me a few Kush. I'll bring you right in. Yep, I'll bring you in a second. What's up, Jay? Good to see you. Torch was solo Mystics. That was the same. He's always done nothing new. I agree. I don't think that really changes anything for him. Let's see. If you are slowing down his Imperious Rex activation, you are gimping his DPS. Screw kabam. Okay.
No, that I understand. Honestly, I'm not mad about that. I have him at SIG 200 R5. I put a lot of resources and money into him. I'm not mad about that because it just takes me another minute and a half to get it ramped up.
Oh, I don't think it's going to take that long.
I'm not a terrible. Yeah, not even that long. I'm not a terrible player. I can do that. That's a slight little headache. That's fine. With Cull, I'm not even sure. People are saying that Cull might have been buffed, but you don't know how much that damage reduction is going to be. Like we see the numbers, but we don't know how. I
haven't read the Cull deal yet, so let's start out by reading Cull. I haven't read it, so okay. Marco says Cull rank or nah. I'm getting ready to find out. First, let me drag King Kush right down here into the chat.
I wouldn't. If I have Cull or Namor unranked, I would not touch them until I test them out.
Well, and the good news is we don't have to. They're giving us a time frame that the updates are going to be live before we have to say, take it back, or okay, whatever.
Yeah. But this is months after these characters are out. The people the people who play the game, who pays for who pays for their paychecks. Not to put it too frankly, us players who give them money so they can pay their employees are the ones who are getting screwed. We're the ones who get them and then rank them immediately so we can stay in this prestige race. So we don't have to do map 7 100% for 5 days and end up in the top 100. We want to be in the top 20. And the only way to do that is to rank these champs immediately, as soon as we get them. And they know this.
Well, and again, this is the dangerous situation you have anytime you play a game like this. Hold on, let's read some of the chats. Demon says they're getting us to do the work that they don't want to pay somebody to actually do, and that's test the characters. Fair statement. That seems fairly fair.
Then give us them for free, Demon.
Give us the characters for free. Come on, you know better. Stop it.
Give us the characters for a month, and not just the CCPs that are swinging from their nuts. Give them to the real players that'll give them real criticisms. That's what they're doing wrong. They're all sitting in a circle. They're all sitting in a circle, smelling their own farts and telling each other how great it smells. You need some real people in there that'll tell them.
Look, it doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, they've got to be willing to listen. I mean, the data's been there for months. You can't say it's just that. I think there's a lot that goes on here. What's up, Explode? Good to see you. Why not use a community? We're more accurate, reliable than testers. Just stop asking for free stuff.
It's true, Gallon. It's true. Now, I know they don't. I honestly don't think all of them go out to do that, to be completely pro-Kabam. I know some of them do. Some of them outright say, I'm not going to say their names on this stream, but some of them outright say, I'll do whatever I have to say to stay in the CCP, to get in the CCP, whatever. But what happens is these people have YouTube channels, and whether they realize it or not, they have a personal stake in this game now. Kabam might not be handing them checks personally, but for them to have a financial stake in the game, survive the game, moving along, then even subconsciously, and some of them are bullshit artists, right from the get-go, but some of them subconsciously, they're pushing the agenda. That's what they're doing. Kenny, join SGA, want to explode. You want to come back, brother? Yeah, they're pushing their agenda. Yeah, it's a snake eating its own tail type of situation we got going on. Of course, those are the only people they listen to, and they're only listening to yes people.
Yeah, and that's half and half. Look,
it's like the mob. You got the listen, hear me out. You got the mob boss. Everyone's scared of him. Just yes him to death until they end up screwing themselves. Until they all end up in jail. And no.
Look, I get where you're coming from, and I don't necessarily 100% disagree. There is definitely some things that's
time to explode.
that is said and done, and it's just kind of like, oh man, I've been one of the biggest ones to say, the CCP doesn't do what it's meant to do.
No.
In my opinion,
Not all, most.
Sure. Bishop says that's hard to believe because the community is hard on a streamer once they deem them unreliable or untrustworthy. Yeah, but the problem is when Kabam's not dumb. I mean, they pick people that are likable in the community, people that players look up to and they follow, and then they get them on board. It's kind of like going and finding the cool kid at school or wherever and saying,
That's
hey,
exactly
man,
it.
go wear my stuff. Here, I'm not going to pay you, but I'm just saying, for everybody that comes here, every time you get looked at, you're going to get an extra 10 cents. Oh, well, okay, this is the stuff. Here you go, man. And they're feeding it to them, and it doesn't matter whether it looks like crap or not. They're wearing it. They're telling everybody it's the cool thing to wear, and it's the cool thing to do, and this is what you're doing, and here's where we're going for it. And don't get me wrong, they have found interesting ways to use lots of different champs and lots of different things, and they show us neat little tricks and tips, but they don't really look at the full picture, I think. And that's where this is coming back to beat us all in the butt.
All right, Jose, this is the team I used for Labyrinth. I used Aegon, Sparkles, Nick Fury, Crocs, and DPX. A lot of people say you don't need that. A lot of people rather... Hello, is this Kush?
Yeah, that's Kush.
Some people choose Quake over DPX. I like the regen. I like throwing down to 40% and getting 50% back. To me, that's the team I used. I did all 7 paths with it, and it served me well.
No Corvus yet for me. Yo says, and most of the MCO players are not quote-unquote in-game, so this swell may not affect most of us. No, and I agree. This has different effects on a lot of people.
I think this affects the in-game players the least. What I'm worried about are the players who this is their only character. This is the character they base their whole account on. Hey, how you doing, Tanner? They base their whole account on. This is their jewel. This is their crown jewel. Then all of a sudden he's gone for a month, for 2
if they
weeks
sell
to a month. If they sell them, but they have to sell them.
And I don't think Namor is necessarily a bad champ now, though. I mean, I think he's still really good with his even the way he is now. And even with the rebalance, though, I feel like it's not looking at the bigger picture. I don't necessarily feel like it's 100% a bad thing. It does bring, in the long run, it is going to bring balance, and it is going to bring, fairness back into the game in certain aspects.
For his attack, sure, but why did they have to? What they did is, as we're walking out the door, they gave us a kick in the ass with the regen. That's a nice little kick in the ass on the way out the door.
The regen was shady.
It
was out of left field,
And it's half. Drop it from 6 to 5. I wouldn't have said a word. But to cut it in half, that's a drastic drop.
But is it drastic? I mean,
in
again,
half, yes, absolutely.
He's not meant to be a regen champ.
If they take his attack in half, if they would have just cut his attack in half out of nowhere, would you say that's a big drop?
But that's the difference is he was not a regen champ. It was not like, oh, I'm getting that Namor for that sexy regen.
For me, his regen was so helpful.
Somebody established that he had too many God-tier features.
Here's the problem. The problem is they've waited.
Well, why did I make them?
Way too long to do it. Which hopefully, we're gonna have to go back and look. I got to do some reading. The dilemma is they've waited so long now.
Yes, Mac. You get your 6 stones back.
Yeah, you get your 6 stones, you get everything back.
You're only saying that when it's convenient for you, though. Look how long it took them to buff certain champs, though. I mean, you didn't say it took them long.
No. When they buff champs, they buff champs that have been around when it was a different meta. You know, I remember people having 550 Joe Fixers when he came out. Believe it or not, his bleed wasn't terrible when he first dropped. You know, the meta changed though. You know, the meta changed throughout the years. You know, so these old crusty champs have to get nerfed. I have to get buffed later on.
Sure.
That's a completely different story.
Good night, Explode.
Age is what makes them need the buff.
Yeah, what's up, Farah? Good to see you, man. Real quick, Tanner saying the region's just a little too weak to worry about. It does make a difference, but that's about it.
And that's true. I don't know, but I'm just saying it's half. They cut it in half.
Look, it was bad, but you know, Demon says you still know what you paid for.
Long and then you give me 6 inches, I'm going to be disappointed.
Mac?
Someone's going to get a 6-inch hair off the top of their head if that happens.
Here, Demon says you still know what you paid for, though. Imagine you bought a Mustang GT, Ford came to you later and said, whoa, we're going to take the V8 out, we're putting in a V6, you'll get better gas mileage.
You sure?
And then give you back no money.
Right.
Yeah, but the difference but the difference is 2 things. You're talking about completely the reworking of a car. We're talking about, like, if they came to you and said, hey, listen, we know you paid for the automatic wipers that just happened to kind of come with the car that you didn't even know was really on the car, but you were just glad they were there.
Feature of the car.
It was not a key feature.
The attack is a key feature.
Correct, but they didn't change his attack. They changed his regen.
Yes,
that 90% of the people, when I went for Namor, I didn't even know he had a regen. I was like, oh shit, he's got a regen. I'll be damned. All right, cool. And then, hell, I'll never forget when I first started using, I'm like, where's this regen at again? I used the special and I went, oh, okay.
Right, but you have a different roster. I get regen every time I hit someone with Suicide Zone. I get constant regen with him. I can throw specials and I end with 100% with full suicides, and that's very rare.
He doesn't regen off a regular hit.
I'll send you vids.
Now I'm going to go look. I'm going to go look up his regen. Let's bring him up on the screen. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
This is how he regens. You got your willpower all the way up. And he's deflecting all the attack, all the...
But that's not getting affected.
Yeah, yes, well...
No, it's not.
No, that shouldn't. You're right, it shouldn't.
The special attacks is the only thing that's getting changed.
Do you feel like it could have been so much worse, though?
Oh, it could have been.
Could you?
Yeah. So I think where you are,
I feel like what they did, you know, it's inconvenient and it sucks and it was kind of shady, you know, that they didn't.
But they did just enough.
But I feel like they could have bent us over way more hard, bro.
They could.
You know what I mean?
Look, they're trying to avoid the uproar.
Here's the thing: no matter what,
cashback from iTunes. That's what they're trying to avoid right now.
I think
right now they're still falling into the category where they can get back for Black Friday. They can get back from Christmas. And Kabam's crapping all over themselves with that. So they're walking a delicate line.
Look, here's the thing. Let's just stop for 1 second and let's just break this back down.
Your finger off, piece by piece by piece. Pretty soon you're gonna have none left.
Okay, but they're not destroying the champ. Now, is it a nerf? Absolutely. They still nerf the champion. At the end of the day, they totally changed the champion. Is that enough to be upset about? I think so. With this being said, you know, I'm going to go ahead and throw this back. I think, first off, if you're running suicides, he's still going to be very, very viable. You're still going to be putting out damage, heavy damage. You're still going to be healing off the willpower.
Healing every hit. You're right. You're right with that. I was wrong.
I know. It's okay.
I didn't realize that.
What's up, Fark? Must behind. I'm not justifying this nerf. Here's the difference. I'm not going to say it's a justified nerf. By any means do I feel that it is justified.
How you doing, Months?
I'm sorry, I haven't read any of the notes yet. Besides the region, what exactly was changed?
Okay, well,
honestly, it's not that big of a deal. What they did is they made the bleeds happen twice as much, which is going to hinder the quickness to get Imperious Rex. Now, To me, that's a slight difference. To me, it's not going to be. You're going to have to play him for another minute and a half to get it. And if you're a good player, that's not a big deal.
Here is the Namor challenges. These are the changes that they brought to the table for him. The medium attack, chance to inflict bleed, currently is 30%. It's going to go up to 60%.
That sounds good, but that's actually bad for him.
Yeah, correct. This is what allows us to run to that Imperious Rex in a very, very quick amount of time. On the other side of it, the regen on special
Did you give me
active,
something to drink?
I'm about to go get you something to drink.
The regen on the active specials is going to go from 6% to 3% of missing health. So it's still a hit to him. Now, here's the other thing, though. They didn't slow down the actual timing of the Imperious Rex charges. Okay?
Well, the bleeds do that.
No, but here's the kicker. Say you're fighting Korg, which is what I use Namor for the most.
Korgs and Electros.
Korgs and Electros.
Anything besides water?
On Korg, he's going to operate just the same. He's not changed at all outside of the region. Because if they can't bleed every time he throws a medium, they are going to still stack the outrages. So keep that in mind. He doesn't change against non-bleeding champs unless they're a robot.
Slice them, we got a birthday, man. I think we need to pause and say happy birthday.
Oh, whose birthday is it?
Mel's daughter.
Who's Mel's daughter? Happy birthday, whoever you are.
Happy birthday. It's Mel's
Gracie,
daughter.
My stepdaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Kush. Jeez.
My bad.
Yeah, the healing was terrible to begin with. It was, again, not massive. It wasn't anything you're looking at. But at the end of the day, look at the regen change. The healing will not be the same. The Imperious Rex change is going to slow his DPS. That bleed buff is bad for him.
Kingpin and Kush.
I agree with you months behind. It is not ideal. Not ideal at all. It is going to slow him down, but it doesn't affect... It doesn't affect how he's going to play against some of the champs that we use him against, such as Korg. And Korg's my big one because that's anytime I see Korg in war, I'm like, that's mine.
Even more so in longer fights, though. I feel like
one eye open.
Yeah,
I love using them on one eye open. I love using them, on the nodes.
Yep.
He really does shine, and he's not getting nerfed at all with his SIG.
No, and again, the SIG level is why I ranked him. I didn't rank him for his damage. I didn't rank him for anything else. I ranked him for his SIG level, the ability to throw that damage back at people. He's still the best counter in the game, in my opinion, to Korg. He's still great.
No, Omega is.
You're out of your mind.
Melts Korg so quick.
So does Namor.
Ridiculous.
Namor's faster.
No.
We'll debate that later. But either way, he's still great. He's still great. Electro, still great. Korg, still great. One-eyed open, still great for explosive personality. I mean, anything that's throwing damage on you, he's still great using his.
Something other than water, like
Psychic Thorns.
said that like 3 minutes
Psychic
ago.
Thorns. Yeah.
No.
No,
Hold on, I'm gonna mute Kush while him and Mel's talking.
because I heard it in the stream.
There.
But yes.
So at the end of the day, he's still great against all those champions. He's still great against those nodes.
But it's still a nerf, right?
It's still a nerf, absolutely.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, here's the thing that pisses me off about it. Like, I'm pretty calm about it, but at the end of the day, I can understand the player base because it's not what we paid for.
Okay. Now let's move on to Cull, and then move on to their buffs.
Sure. Let's take a look at Cull.
You have to. Right now, we're just looking at one little length of it, but you got to back up and see the whole thing to see the big picture of how they're screwing us right now.
Yeah. All right. So let's go take a look at Cull. I want to read down to his changes. I don't care about what their charts say. Blah 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 blah. Awesome. He does a lot of damage. Here's a scary thing, okay? When the X is Cull.
There was something from like 4,500 to 4,000. Now, there's no way for me to equate that in my mind without seeing it. So people are saying it might have been a buff, or he might have got nerfed to the ground right here. But we don't know. I don't know enough about Cull to speak on him.
All right, bring
I really
you back.
don't.
Kush, 1 second. I just gotta unmute you, buddy. I muted you myself.
Yeah.
What's up, Michael B? Good to see you, brother. Nemus, good to see you. So bottom line are Namor and Cull. Well, I still think Namor is worth a rank 5. All right, so let's just start with that, okay?
I'm not ranking mine down.
I'm keeping...
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. I'm keeping my Namor. He will stay rank 5. I will not think twice about this. I still love him for what he is. Oh, you're fine, Mel. I still think he's worth a gem. I still think he's worth ranking up. Because, again, his SIG ability is not changing. And that's...
His SIG ability is nuts.
That's what's
game changing.
That's what you're getting with Namor, is the SIG ability. You're getting prestige, SIG ability, and you're still getting high damage. Is it going to be a little bit harder? Sure, but again, once you reach that point, okay? Once you reach that point of having it all stacked up, you're just going to go nuts. Now, here's the other thing, okay? Sly, if you had a mutant 4-5 gem, would you sell him? Well, yeah, I'm just gaming the system at that point, iMac. At that point, I'm just gaming the system. I'm just getting free resources. So, yeah, I would do it, and then I just hang on to all my other resources. Unless they're going to go to overflow, and then you have another problem where you don't have anybody to rank up. But that's a whole different story.
I have T5 being overflow, I have T2 and overflow. I don't need any more resources.
Yeah, I mean, unless you got some people to just really play around with. But so here's the other side of it, okay? So my other selling point here on Namor, real quick, is, and this is where people aren't thinking on this quote unquote nerf buff changing whatever. Technically speaking, it's going to take longer to get to Imperious Rex. Okay, technically it's going to take longer to get to Imperious Rex. This just means you're going to throw more special 2s or special 1s along the way. Okay.
And if you run the suicides, that hurts you. Plus, they cut the regen from the specials in half.
Correct. You're still going to get hurt from it, but you can throw an L1, stack up a bunch of bleeds, set back. You could take and throw them against somebody like Korg, still run it up. You can still throw your special 2s and grab it. I mean, again, you could even throw a special 3 and probably realistically get back to your full stack in time and have a Fury for more of the fight. I mean, we don't know until we see it, okay? But, I'll be interested to see how slow it slows it down. You know what I mean? Because if it slows it down drastically, you'll be able to throw a special 3, have the Fury for part of the fight, get your second special 3, and line it up with Imperious Rex. You're talking about having a Fury for more fight now than what you are after the rework than what you are currently. Because currently, you can't do anything until you're ready to throw that special 3 and line it up with your Imperious Rex. So,
what did they do to Cull?
Well, let's take a look at Cull. What did they do to Cull?
It's a bait and
I'm
switch,
sorry, you guys. I have a
switch.
mute button on my mic, and I thought that was working, but apparently it wasn't.
It's okay.
It's all good.
Okay. Hold on.
Is Cull a buff or a nerf? Because
No,
I know that
Cull is a nerf. Some people are saying it's a buff.
Yeah,
But
so
it's a nerf.
we're again going to take a look at Cull
I
and
just don't
see
know how
what it is.
I
All right.
honestly think it's a pretty big nerf, but I don't know until I run the numbers.
All right, so the heavy armor break. Currently, it looks like it's minus 1,400. It's going to go down to minus 1,130. So we're seeing about a 270 drop out of
an armor break.
Out of the armor break. The difference is previously it was a 10-second long debuff. Okay, so previously it lasted 10 seconds. It's now going to last 14 seconds, so it's 4 seconds longer. The chance on the armor break went from 50% chance to now up to 75% chance. Honestly, I didn't even know there was a chance to it. I just thought it happened almost every time. So
armor break? No, I wish.
Yeah, so well
That's
now
the reason why I didn't take him all in 4.
Yeah, well now he's 75%. I can tell you, I got him at rank 4 and he's nasty. So now he's going to have a 75% chance on top of it lasting longer, the effect is a little bit less. Thanos favor bonus. 15% is going down to 5%.
That sounds big.
Wow.
On duration and ability accuracy per charge on the Sig Fury. The duration went from 5 seconds to 4 seconds. The mod went from 4550 to basically 4560. Or 4060. So, just shy of a 500 point drop.
Didn't change block.
So from 4,500 to 4,000.
Yeah, pretty much. You might as well say 45 to 4. According to this, the changes should somewhat shorten the DPS gap between him and everyone else once he's fully ramped up, still allowing him to remain a top attacker, and even increasing his DPS in early fights before he has built up all of his charges. So, I mean, that makes sense.
I'm not saying he didn't need the nerf. You know, I seen some insane video out there, which is frankly, I mean, it looked like it was almost cheating. And everyone knew about it right from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew that he hit
nerfed
insane.
Right from the get-go.
Yeah, we knew he hit insanely hard.
People taking on map 7 on mages and 12 hits. So, come on now.
Yeah.
Read on Reddit the Kabam. I don't know how true it is or where it started or whatever, but I read the Kabam's considering not doing the gifting event next year.
No, that doesn't shock me to a degree, but
no, that's complete BS.
It's a
man.
totally
money.
different.
All they care about is money. They're gonna do it no matter what.
Totally different convo, but we'll come back and visit that. I mean, okay, so again on this Cull thing, man, Nemus is saying Cull got screwed so bad. I want to play with him. I want to see.
I think it's bad, but I don't know how you don't have him duped. You took
No.
him to R4 unduped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, the awakening doesn't matter once he's ranked up. He's just gonna smash.
It?
No.
I could have sworn I seen on like tier list that he needed high sig.
Sure, early on. I mean, I guess if you're gonna use him on super long fights, but I mean, have you ever? I mean, even unawakened, rank 4. Here, let's.
I run suicides. He was never my cup of tea. I
Sure.
have him at like Sig 80 R3. I haven't taken him up. I knew this nerf was coming.
I think we
within
all.
2 weeks of him dropping.
I think
So
we
this
all
isn't a
knew that
surprise.
this one was coming.
You know, he was obviously broken, and not for nothing, he was lasting too long because they made a lot of bad players think they're good with this guy being out here for that long.
He was nasty.
Is Namor still worth ranking up? There's the question, because I have one duped at R3.
If he's Sig 200, you take him up. Sig 200,
Dude, Namor
he's
is-
a king of the game.
200 or bust?
Yeah,
He
200
needs
or bust.
he needs the sig level. He does.
Exactly, 200 or bust.
Namor.
You don't want to get anything reflected on it. You got him at 200, and in my opinion, he is answer to so many questions in this game.
He is very, very nasty. I will say that.
And he's fun to play. He's fluid. They did an amazing job with the design of that character.
Beyond God tier? you'd say?
To be honest, he's one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time, Namor. So I might be a little skewed.
You
But
are.
I love his design, and I think he's smooth as silk, man. I think they did a great job with him. I'm not
got
ranking him
here.
down. I never even thought about ranking him down.
Nicholas says, I just might sell Namor to take up Torch because my next thing is a bit of a legend of the champion and serving a person
Yo,
I keep.
Nemus, I am hyped for Mojo. Hyped. Can't wait for him.
Keep going, Jose. They and I agree.
Hell yeah,
They are
keep
being
going.
very, very, very. They're 100 times better about being very transparent about what's going on.
No. That's absolute horse crap. You know, we
Yeah,
knew
they didn't
nothing
even-
about this regen. They never
Nothing.
told us
No.
about the regen.
I'm talking about
Absolutely
right
not.
now. They are openly telling us what's changing. It's not a we're
they're
changing
saying,
the champion. Best
This
of
is
luck
this is
figuring it
happening
out.
in 2 weeks. Like it or leave it. You know, tough shit is happening. You know,
I'm on auto.
play our game or kick rocks. You know, that's what they said to me.
Well, sure, but at the end of the day, I'm still taking this over the previous communication of what just happened to my character. Oh, we didn't tell you.
Right.
We decided to nerf them all. What?
I told you why they did this. They're trying to make it look like they're being altruistic, like they're being good to the community. No, they don't want us getting all the paybacks from iTunes. You know, right now they have to be very, very delicate. Let's see how they handle this in June. In June, I don't even want to say this. I'd rather just text you this after. Because I think it's going to be a completely different command. They're going to be like, screw
open
yourself.
that can of worms and not say nothing, bro.
All right. I think it's going to be a completely different outlook. They're just going to take it. They're going to screw us and say tough shit. And then after July 4th deals, for the next couple of months, while they're still up for grabs from the iTunes refund store, we're going to get the same, oh, good guy Kabam. Oh, what nice guys. They're letting us know they're going to screw us.
Yeah.
But either way, we're still getting screwed.
I don't know.
Feel like they're that vindictive?
Yeah. No, it's not being vindictive. They're playing the numbers.
Probably.
It's a con. They're conning us.
I mean, okay, let me ask an honest question. This is what I don't get. And I'm just being... If players really feel that way, why play the game? Like, I don't want to play if that's how I feel. And a large part of me still playing is because I've never felt that way. Now, do I feel that they do some very stupid stuff? Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
When you stop playing, you start to get cold sweats and shaky and...
They pay a lot of people a lot of money to keep us right on that line, right on that razor-thin line of how much bullshit we can take before we quit.
But I've never had that feeling. But that's just me.
Amount before we will quit. You know, that's the game they play. I'll send you videos. They have conferences of all these free-to-play games where they call, we're talking about like with cattle.
By the way, here you go, real quick. This is Cull. Here comes a nice, nasty hit against Green Goblin. Watch it. Whoop, 6 and 7.
Bulldog,
13.
you should jump on too, man. I'll gladly give up my spot for Bulldog. I miss that radio voice.
We can have 4 people.
I mean, there's no limit to it, but anyway, all I'm saying is, and this is what I don't get, and you know I love you like a brother, but I've never understood the people who are like, man, this is jacked up, this is that, this. Don't play, man. Like the easiest way to fix it.
I like this game. I love this game. I'm a day one player. I have love for this game. I love comics. I love Marvel. It's an important part of my life, my whole entire life. One of the few constants I had in my life was Marvel Comics and the characters within. This allows me to play with them.
I agree.
And they do a hell of a job with character design. Their stories are all right. I mean, some of them sounds like it was written by 30 monkeys at a typewriter, but they try. And good for them. I appreciate the effort. But I love this game, and I see what's happening. I see the writing on the wall. If we don't have people standing up saying this is BS, stop doing it, they're going to push the envelope even further. So
I get it, but the only way it's ever going to get fixed is people to quit playing. Enough people walk away, but people continue to just play the game.
It's not playing; it's a people spending.
That's going to happen no matter what. I don't care what you say. That's never going to change.
I was talking about this in the Abyss chat before. I was like, you can have Seaton come in and say, that's it, stop spending. But the real whales are going to keep on spending. They're not going to stop because they don't care. They don't care. They have enough money to burn. To them, it doesn't matter. And God bless them for it. Not knocking them for it. Not saying I wouldn't do it. The last time that people tried to lock out Caban with doing 12.0, Caban was sending out some crazy deals. I snatched up all those deals, and I got my account so much higher than everyone else. I did the same tactic, so I don't want to be a hypocrite. I did the same thing. It's the truth. And that helped. That helped springboard my account.
Sure.
It's the right move.
I mean, do you feel like sometimes they have to be the bad guy in order to bring balance and longevity to the game? Because I mean, if the game breaks, it's only a matter of time before.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't mind about the nerfs. Like Cull needed to get nerfed. Namor, I understand it. Namor, I've seen some videos that aren't. He could do some crazy stuff. Namor.
I mean, they could have really did him in though, like Scarlet Witch.
Why touch the regen? Yeah. I was thinking that they were going to do a Black Widow, drop his 100% to 70%, and that would have killed the character. I'm glad they did.
I think a large chunk of the changing things, again, it comes back to, the region. And here's the other side of it. Kabam is presenting data. at least we can look at it and
take
see.
that data and shove it up their ass. That's
No,
data
come on.
That's
They don't have to
they
do that. They don't even have, they.
But you're looking at it through their skewedness. You know, if they had anything that said anything contradictory, they would not be showing it to us. I guarantee they ran some tests like, oh man, maybe we shouldn't. No, we'll still do it. We just won't show them that. Guaranteed.
So
You know,
you
don't-
think
don't
in
fool
some
yourself.
form or fashion, Namor's region was drastically less than what we're seeing?
No. What I'm saying is, don't believe what they present you. You're a salesman, so you know the deal. You say what you got to say to get, to sell it.
No, not true, because that's why people don't come back. I think
Right.
I think that's where Kabam is starting, and I'm hoping and praying that they don't make me look terrible here. But that is where I believe Kabam is starting to catch on to the idea that if we don't take care of the community, we won't have a community.
Well, let's not take a foot off the gas, by going against them, vocally, until we know before it's from assumption to a fact.
Look, let me explain one thing.
Because if people start complaining,
there's a
they'll
difference
keep on pushing the
between
envelope.
there's a difference between holding them accountable for the things they do.
Call them out on it. You call
Right.
them out.
There's
Like,
a
dude,
difference
this
between
is
holding.
BS, this is shady.
There's a
bad
difference.
business.
There's a difference though between holding them accountable, and then there's a complete difference between no matter what's being done, it's the end of the world. It's the worst thing. They've got some secret hidden agenda every freaking time. Like
You gotta go far the other way.
no,
Try to help balance it out.
that is how things never get resolved. The idea is to come towards the middle.
Thank God for people like me, Slut. Thank God, because I see the big picture, and that's what we need in this community. There's too many,
What are you, Ilac Jr.?
No. I can take it. I could. I don't get butthurt. So
I just feel like you're focused on the here and the now and not in the longer, bigger picture. I mean, if you love the game, then you'll have to understand that sometimes things like this have to be done to preserve.
Well, I don't think he's questioning that.
Saying that, but you don't slide in these little things. They were doing it right. They were on the right course, and then someone was like, if we cut his regen from 6% to 3%, we'll be able to make 2% more off of
how many god tier features does Namor have?
Now, what they do is
Seriously.
just they're making 10. How many god tier features do they have?
How many different things that he does? I mean, I just feel like they had to cut down on one thing.
But they didn't. They touched everything but his 6. They
only touched 2 things.
Thing, but his 6.
Right.
Well, he only had 3 things going for him, Sly. That's 2 out of 3 things. Some people would say that's not bad. I would say they're chumps. Give me 1 out of 3, like they said they were gonna, and I'd be happy. I'm not saying his attack didn't need to be nerfed.
Sure.
To have a fair playing field.
What about
sure,
rather
nerfed.
than drastically nerfing his attack, that they just take a little bit from his attack and a little bit from his regen? How would you have felt like if they castrated his attack though?
No, if they castrated, if they killed the character, that'd be a completely different story. It would be another 12.0 situation. If they did to
maybe
Cull
this
and
was the
Namor,
happy medium though.
I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, I see both sides of it.
Medium. The happy medium was the attack. But then they had to go a little bit further and take that regen.
I don't think they affected his attack that
a little
much.
bit further. Let's see, are these people going to say anything? Or are they going to keep on gnawing on their grass? Let's see. Nah, man.
Nemus says Namor has his damage, his sig ability, and his pecs.
That's right.
Yeah.
And who wins in a fight though, Namor?
So okay,
or
look,
Aquaman?
here's what we got. Diane, I think Diane kind of may kind of throw a little bit of a good shot here. Diane says slice him. I think the question here is this: Namor's nerf is not that big. Okay, so is it really needed and why? I don't think it was necessarily needed. I think what they were trying to do is bring it back so that fights don't end so fast. And this is what we went back and talked about, Diane, when we were talking about who we're going to rank.
Yeah, but they say that. But the reason is they 2. DPS characters, DPS champs, and that's Namor and Cull. And like we have to nerf these people because these are the people that are saving them money. They have to say, no, not anymore. Absolutely not.
Better what?
Not anymore.
I've seen Doom, man. The last couple days, I've seen Doom do some crazy things. Saving them the most money. These are the champs that are saving them the most money. These are the champs that are clearing the most content without needing any without using a vast amount of resources.
I would argue that to the end of Earth. And here's why. I have
dropping people in 10 hits, dropping 120, 150,000 HP in 10 hits.
Great, but what does it take to get him there? You don't know because you never played him. I've got him in rank 4, and I've played him as a rank 2 Sig 146 star.
Believe me, when I got him and I duped him 3 times in a row, well, not in a row, but 3 times within a month,
okay.
I looked into him.
Okay, and let me ask you a question. Why is he not ranked up?
I had run suicides.
Okay, and which means what?
That means I don't feel like throwing health pots in.
That means he's an expensive as fuck character to run, right?
If you run suicides.
If you don't, let me tell you what happens. He still gets wrecked because his block proficiency is garbage. The build-up to using him... You can't, because he's built to parry heavy. He's a Colossus without block proficiency.
I'm pretty sure KT1 was intercepting with his heavy attack. I mean, you can do a lot of intercepts with him from what I've seen.
Maybe if you get him over into a corner, and at that point you're not really intercepting, you're just corner trapping him and then playing it out, which is something even Dorky Dave pointed out at one point in time. You know, you can get about 2, maybe 3 heavies off before they're going to get a special, and then you're back to having to play intelligently.
Oh, no. I'm not just talking about that. I'm not just talking about waiting until they get up to the special one. I know about that. I'm just talking about intercepting attacks with heavy.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you can't...
He's got that funky heavy. He's got that heavy that jolts out first. So
yeah, but your odds of catching them, you make one mistake on that, and you're going to spend more on pots trying to intercept with a heavy than you are going to.
Well, I do that a lot with Omega. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. It's just practice.
You're still. I'm telling you this. I think Bishop kind of nailed it. Glass cannon would be probably a very accurate description.
I mean, okay, but isn't his health pool pretty high?
Not really. I mean, we can go look real quick.
He's not like a glass cannon like Rocket or like Starkey. He's not like that glass cannon, is he?
Here, let's go take a look.
What if when he ranked up Cull, his pecs got bigger?
Okay, Cull.
Or not Cull, Namor, I mean.
All right, let's take a look at Corvus. Cull. Coral, rank 4, 23-6.
Now, who else you got at rank 4?
Here, I got a rank. We'll just keep going. Domino is 21-6.
So less. Sentinel's
Iceman's 22-4.
Less.
Oh, my damn 6 stars. Here, hold on. Let me go ahead and shuffle this down to 5 stars.
Rocket's got a pretty big health pool, too.
Yeah. All right. Sparkles is 23-5. Morningstar's 22-1. Older Champ. Iron Man Infinity War, 20,000, but to be fair, he's armored. Havoc, 22-1. Darkhawk. His is extremely low. I didn't think he was... But again, he's got
Cull
armor.
has one of the highest health pools in the game.
But he has no armor.
No, you're right. Like I said, Rocket Raccoon had a high health pool, too, and he is most definitely a glass cannon.
Yeah, I mean, this is... You start looking through these guys, and it's just going... So here's Cull, 23-6. Hulk Ragnarok, 23-6. Hawkeye, 21-3. Sabretooth. Oh, that's ranked 3. Okay. Oh, I guess Hawkeye was ranked. Oh, I guess my Hawkeye is 4 now. So anyway.
So Cull and Gulk got the same exact health pool. Both got crappy block proficiency.
Yeah. So I mean, you're seeing he just gets ripped.
He said he right.
Oh, I've used them. And I chose not to take them to R4 because of that.
Yeah, but my point to you is, I can't say it's due to getting us to spend pots, because if that was the case, Cull would be left alone because people using him is just...
Okay. All right, we'll stick a pin in that for now. And now look at what they did. No, I'm serious. Look at what they did to Maw.
I do want to see Maw. Now, this is going to be interesting. Let's take a look at the buffs.
What they did was they dropped they nerfed the 2 highest DPS champs in the game. And then they buffed the 2 most pain-in-the-ass defenders in the game. Not saying Maw was one of the most pain-in-the-ass defenders, but he could catch it. You're going there with
Time out.
Corvus, and
Let's.
you're up shit's creek.
I don't know that I would say Cull and Namor would be two of the highest. I mean,
They are the highest.
They are up there.
By their stats, they're the highest DPS champs.
Cull's the
Doctor
highest
Doom,
after
no?
ramped up. But okay, let's go take a look and see what they did. Holy crap! There's a lot of changes to Maul.
Dude, it's insane, bro. It's insane what they
Good,
did
man.
to Maul. I would think Maul would be the boss, period.
Yeah, Maul. There's a lot of changes here, so let's take a look at Maul. Aegon would clear so much more content. If what, Bryce? For some reason, I guess my Twitch wasn't typing through. Okay, let's take a look. Persistence charge, mechanic stacks from 20 up to 20 from 6. Okay, so it's a lot bigger. Charges gained from completing all missions increased from 5 to 1, so you can gain 5 at a time. Okay.
Big
Ramping.
difference.
Yeah, huge, much faster.
Yeah. Yeah, but keep on
pers-
going. It gets nuts.
Persuasion timer
not
reduced from 0.5 to 0.7. Okay. Potency of Black Tongue up to 40 from 30. Deteriorative passive timer decreased from 2 seconds from 6. Damage output. Degen effect changed to modified attack from base attack. Degen
Which
damage.
is ridiculous.
Degen damage.
Modified attack. That means you throw on. I don't know, man. You throw him on the boss node. That means his already.
But he doesn't
buff
degen it all the
degen,
time.
But he degens now more often.
No, his
You know,
timers
they
are just.
made it seem that they gave him a buff all around. They buffed.
Well, that's because he was god awful. I mean, he deserves
With the
something.
gym now.
He's still not going
They
to be
got
good
one.
attacking. He's still not going to be good to fight with. He's a godlike defender now. That
What's up, Marco?
he's not even a
Slice him.
godlike defender. He's a godlike defender with degen. One of the only mechanics that doesn't have a true runaround in this game.
Hey, I'm jumping up.
All right, take it easy, Kush.
Big ol' Kush.
Thanks for jumping in, man.
You know, no one's degen immune. Gulk is kinda, but he now got an R5 of Gulk for war. Come on now. Human Torch will burn him down. But you need Torch, you need Gulk. Or you're royally screwed. That's it, it's a roadblock. I would even say if you put him in one of those hidden tiles in the line,
I still don't think he's a
going to be
roadblock.
a roadblock. You throw him and you throw Elsa, dude, it's going to be a nightmare. That's true, Marcus. So I'm talking about his degen for modified attack. That means if he has a plus 600 attack, that means that it's going to be, 6 times the amount of damage that's going to do. Already nerfed. They are nerfing your thing, Diaz. They're nerfing my thing too. I mean, I don't get anything for it. So screw Kabam. I'll stand on my soapbox and I'll rain down crap on all of them.
Kabam actually acknowledged that there are max 3 stars who have better damage than a rank 3 Maul. I believe that. Yeah, I mean, okay, so Maul's getting a buff. Again, I see what you're saying.
Big buff. Big buff.
But it's only big if you are able to get him to degen.
No, it's only big unless you got a Human Torch or a Gulk. Unless you got those two guys, it's pretty massive. At least from what I'm reading. It's pretty damn
all
massive.
the times that I have fought Maul, rarely do I run into his degen.
No. Now you take on a buffed Maul. A buff Maul that will degen, quicker and more often.
It has the ability to. You just can't let him get to the
Yes.
stacks. I mean, that's my thing. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, it means you have to know how to play against Maul. Now, what's up, Mally Merc? Good to see you. I just don't know that, yeah.
BV. I'm honestly thinking about using one of my few Mystic Awakening gems on him, taking him to R5. I think he's going to be a God Defender. I think he's going to be a God Defender for about a month until Kabam realizes what they did and take him back down to regular attack.
How does Mulligan work? How do you fight that guy? As long as you don't
Awesome boy. That's great if you're doing uncollected, if you're just doing regular event quests. You take him into the big boy content, and the bleeds hurt him.
I'm half and half on him still. I mean, I don't like what they did, but on the same token, I don't think it kills him. I think I'm going to just throw more specials along the way. Man of God, what's up, Mano? He says, funny enough, I don't have him on. I still don't fully understand his abilities. Basically, parry, get a heavy in, block, stop his focus. Don't let him get to 100.
Yeah, when you can parry, though, you can't parry all the time with him either. I'm not sure how it works either, to tell you the God honest truth. But I know sometimes you can parry. You can usually get that first parry, for sure. Then I just pretty much hold block and wait for the heavy, like I do with Mordo. That's how I take him on.
Yeah, I think just be smart about your heavies and you're fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. People will die to him a little bit more now, but I don't think it's going to be drastically different.
I think off of modified health, I think that's going to be huge. I don't think you realize just how big that's going to be. 600% health, that means that's going to be 600% more damage on. 600% more attack is going to be 600% more damage.
I don't think any of the nodes are that big anymore, though.
Well, what's the boss? 500? I know it's not 400. 400 is like minis, isn't it?
I don't think it's that much anymore. Go look.
I can't. I'm using my phone.
Oh, you're using your phone. Never mind. I'll go look here in view. Again, I don't think it's a massive upswing there on him.
But even 200%, 200%
sure.
Increase. It's big. And the boss is definitely more than 200%.
Just don't let him get to his digit.
Tell us.
my simple answer is don't let him get to his digit.
No, Alex. It's Kingpin. How you doing?
Changes. When are the changes set to take place? That's a good question. Let me go back and read it. I can tell you again exactly. All right, February 5th. On February 5th, the releases will happen. The changes are live. You'll be able to try out the new champions. February 10th to the 24th, you will be able to sell your Cull or Namor if you decide you want to.
That means sell them on the 23rd.
Yep. And then they will be out of play. If you sell them, they'll be out of play from the 24th to March 9th.
It's a long time to go without my Namor.
Yeah,
and the Nihilus is pretty much, I think, from, Special 2 goes from 12 seconds to 18 seconds. The Fury he gets from a Special 2.
Yeah. Guess what?
Which,
I'm baiting the L1 anyway.
Is a pain. Well, that's why you put him on Special 2. No.
He still throws a Special 1.
Once in a while. Yeah, from Brooklyn, then Staten Island, and now Florida. Soon to be Missouri.
Read which temperature change. So Human Torch is going to heat up a lot faster. Holy cow!
Yeah, I know. This guy that solo win fights in the Abyss, the hardest content to date. They're gonna buff. Oh, man.
That'll be nice.
Of course, I don't have a Human Torch, so.
Yeah, I got him as a 6-star.
So only the champs I got that they nerf, and the champs that they nerf that I have, I don't get anything back. They nerfed Thing, they nerfed Sim Supreme, they nerfed Archangel. Got nothing back for any of them.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a nerf on Cull. It's going to be a nerf on Cull. It'll be a nerf on Namor. Here's my thing, though, okay? And I know this is going to sound terrible. You're going to argue, nope, no way, not possible. But let me ask you a question. What happens if these changes cause an increase in overall DPS? For especially Namor. Well, because
you think these nerfs are going to be buffs?
Well,
what if?
I'm saying, what if when the players get their hands on it? Okay. Here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's go play real quick.
Don't say if you got something in mind. Don't give Kabam any fuel. I sent Kabam my Kabam Fell and my old champions. I tagged them in a post on Twitter, so they might be watching. So let's not give them any fuel if you're thinking of. But yeah, if they turn out to be buffs, they can't do nothing about it. So they tested it extensively to the point where they have all these charts. So they should know exactly what.
BB, slice him. Be careful with the thoughts. Kabam is watching. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so let's just go play with it. Here's what I want to test. I'm going to try to run Namor to an L3 as quickly as possible. And then I'm curious on how many stacks. Oh, that's a good start. Good job, Sly. All right.
I hope he did beat it. Yeah, I honestly hope that they would have a discourse with normal YouTubers and not just YouTubers on the CC pit. Yeah, I think it's important. I truly do. Have a whole open conversation with your player base. I understand that they're trying to do good, but why that regen? Why that regen? That just seems, as a patting you on the back, they took the wallet out of your back pocket.
All right, I'm at 19. I was at 19 outrage charges when I got my special 3. And I'm only medium like medium. So in other words, I'm technically, in theory, building out outrage as quickly as possible.
You could probably do a quick or two against a regular opponent.
Right.
Honestly.
Okay, so I was at 19 charges. Now, after I get in with this sequence of events, let's go take a look at something else. Because now my question is, if I slow play it,
exactly, Alex. Exactly. He was an amazing champ. I loved his design. I loved everything about him.
About who?
Namor. I thought they did a fantastic job. I don't know why they're touching him. It takes skill. This isn't someone that a rook can pick up and just do, like Cull. Cull, any player can do it. Cull takes no skill whatsoever. That's why I say a lot of terrible players are going to realize how bad they are when they nerf Cull.
All right, so that was we were at 19 hit or 19 outrage. I want to come right back in, and this time I'm going to try to keep my mediums down. So we're going to medium, light, and just try to build up energy.
Man, I wish I had a 6-star Namor. Did you see that rank 3 6-star Namor that's floating around?
Yep.
Beautiful. Beautiful thing. I tell you, man, Seaton, Legacy, KT1, man, they are amazingly skilled at this game. I got to tip my hat to them. Because I tried it. I tried a bit, and it's tough. It's doable, but it's definitely a lot harder than that.
Did you see the guy that's already 100% it?
Yeah, that's the one with the R3 Namor, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I can't pronounce his name. As an Asian player, I would give him respect. Definitely respect to him.
At 15 stacks. I was at 15 outrage stacks. So I'm not even, I'm officially halfway. And I've got my special 3. So I'm going to activate it. So now we've got a Fury. And again, I'm building faster than what they're going to allow us here in the near future. Now,
Demon, one of the things I agreed with Seaton about this is if you're going to nerf them quick. Nerf them quick, nerf them right out of the gate. Within a month, nerf them. Say, listen, guys, we messed up. Be honest. We messed up. We didn't realize this. You guys are a million players playing it in a million different scenarios. There's no way we can test those type of numbers. You guys found it. We have to nerf it. I understand that. But don't wait for months and months after he's in and out of the feature crisp.
So it's relatively close there.
Possible to get him.
Oh, that was bogus. Anyway, my point is I was really close to being able to actually stack an additional Fury.
Ooh, that was bogus. I just seen that.
Really close. And I'm wondering if I could do it. But my point is, on a slowed down counter, you're going to be able to get there much faster. Or have an ability to.
I've seen that, Gallon. That's definitely a hacker. But God bless that dude, because he's the reason why we got a full map already.
Gage says the worst thing about Namor was how long it took to build him up. Now it's going to take longer.
I don't mind that. I don't want to win every match in 2 seconds. I don't need that. I understand that they can't have that going on either. You know, I don't mind having to fight a little bit. You know, I really don't. I enjoy this game. I like this game. You know, I like to test my skill. I don't want to be walking through everything either. You know, I want to complete a piece of content and actually feel a sense of accomplishment from it. You know, if you're beating every fight within 30 seconds, you're not going to get that.
Interesting. So again, I mean, here, watch. Okay, so we're gonna play Namor one more quick time here, and I want you to see what I'm talking about. So actually, watch the gameplay. The goal here is to avoid running to Imperious Rex on Outrage, or to get into 30 Outrage. Mother trucker. No, that's okay. I'll take it.
For sure, a whale done, yeah, but not just a whale. They do have skill too. That quick. You know, unless he murked it out. I mean, it takes skill to take down the Abyss. No doubt about it. Seaton, Legacy, KT1 made it look a whole lot easier than it is.
All right, so currently bleeds are for about 95. All right, I was at 11 outrage charges. All right, so here we go. I'm hitting for 10K mediums. My bleeds are now doing almost 300 a tick.
Now the bleeds are doubled.
More than doubled, tripled.
No, from 30 to 60%. Oh, no, I'm talking about when the Nerf goes in. So all these bleeds are going to have double now.
Right, but my point is I had a Fury that whole time. Now, underneath the new system, you could probably get that to where you can get to about 15 or 20 ahead of time. I can't believe that's twice I've missed the...
Yeah, Jose, you should have sent that video out. There's a few people that did it already. That definitely takes a lot of skill, bro. But yeah, man, Stealthy is on a lot of people's teams. You know, you didn't see, those 3 teams that everyone's seen. You know, they all pretty much ran the same exact team. The only difference is Quake goes for. But there's some teams I've seen. A Namor team with a Warlock. You know, there's a few different teams out there that can do it. You know, another reason why they ran through it so quick too is they had the best possible roster for it at the time it came out.
Talking about Abyss?
Yeah. Jose solo thing with Stealthy. Not an easy task. Definitely respect with that.
Excuse me.
So I'm not sure, Diane. Honestly, I think it's Seaton. I honestly think it's Seaton. Seaton, for years now, I've been watching Seaton for a long time. For years, he goes on immediately when it drops. And he's the first one to complete the content. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to throw shade on any of the others. Mad respect to them. They're a lot better at this game than I am. But just a little bit of information that they get from watching Seaton goes a long way.
Sure.
Seaton is a trailblazer. And not for nothing, when in terms of the YouTubers, I know I crap on some of them. Seaton seemingly always has the best of the community, at the base of his arguments. So respect to him for that too.
Thinking Doom Aegon Torch Fury Quake. Oh.
Yeah, that should be yeah, that's perfect. That's the team that everyone's using.
So let's go back and recap here. I think Cull is probably going to get hit worse than Namor. Namor's going to slow down, but he's still going to hit super hard. You're just going to have to rechange your timing a touch. Namor's big thing is his SIG ability. It didn't get hit. It didn't change. I think...
Doughboy, did you do the variants yet?
If you got to do the one variant, Sentinel is amazing, but... I hate you, Bravo. I hate you.
Not true, Gallon. Not true. Well, I think Seaton gives his honest opinion on him. He's not in the CCP, Seaton. Seaton doesn't get them before. So you got to worry about all the people that get it before, and they want to be able to keep on getting the chance before everyone else. And in the CCP, it says you can't crap on them. So if you see only half the videos from the CCP usually going out, you can bet your bottom dollar that the chip's going to be crap. And if they're pushing too hard with, he's not that great, you best believe he's going to be good. It's when they're like, look at this guy in this one specific white. And all the CCP's showing that one particular white. That's when you get champs like Cull. In my opinion, Cull's a one-trick pony. I was never a fan of him.
Cull was always a one-trick pony. I mean, that's
Doughboy. I would definitely do Sentinel.
Yeah, Sentinel's going to get you
clear
through
a whole
couple.
variant by himself.
Sentinel will take care of some variants for you. He'll help. Definitely ain't going to hurt you. But I mean, Blade's great too, but he's not. He's not a variant guy. I mean, you use Sentinel and clear a couple of variants and probably turn around and rank your Blade back up afterwards.
Blade's still good, Stealthy's still good, but I think they're getting left in the dust. I think Caban went so hard.
Stealthy? Or do you mean Sparky?
No, Starkey.
Ooh, he's far from lifting the dust.
I think so. Well, again, I'm running suicides. So he just collects dust for me.
Yeah. Well, that's because you limit half your roster.
All right, man, I got Omega and Corvus. That's all I need. That is, I can do everything with those two.
Right,
except for Abyss, apparently.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Namor's still worth ranking up, no doubt about it. Cull, I'm still out on. I think I'm out on Cull yet. I don't know for sure how I feel about the Cull thing. I mean, there is some upside to what they did. There's a little less. The spike is not as high, but it seems to be like it's going to be more consistent, which is going to be exciting.
My main gripe is they buffed two defenders, two pain-in-the-ass defenders. They nerfed two of the top DPS champs in the game. They kept all our money, and they're offering us, fake digital currency. Not even currency. Fake digital items in compensation for the time and money that we spent.
Well, I don't disagree with you there. Look, if we're going to look at it from the big standpoint, ultimately the issue with this, more than anything, is we were offered a champion built a certain way. We've paid for the champion, whether in time or money, and now that champion is being changed. I can never get upset.
Months later.
I can never get upset over players that are upset over that. That is a very, very viable reason to be upset. It doesn't bother me 1 second at all to think that is a terrible, terrible thing. I think that of all the things that has happened is the worst part of it. Do I think the nerfs are going to be massive? The Namor, I'm not out. I don't think it's going to really hurt him that much. I don't think it really changes the way he plays a whole lot. slows him down a touch, maybe. But like I said, if you're playing him aggressive, you're actually going to have more uptime with a Fury than you currently are, because you're not going to be holding. You're gonna race to your L3, throw it, get your Fury. You're going to be doing some nasty bleed damage along the way with the Fury up. So they didn't decrease the potency of his Fury. They didn't decrease his Sig level. Those are two things that make him super tough. So I don't think it hurts him. But again, my issue that I have is, and this is, you kind of touched on it earlier, and I think I think this is where I differ from others, is I won't go down the deal of saying, oh my God, they're going to do this, or this is what's happening, or just wait. But we have to be mindful of a very slippery slope. And there becomes a point where the players have to look at it and go, okay, now you are changing. You're now changing things that we paid for. I don't feel like they changed.
Months afterwards.
Right.
Months afterwards.
I don't feel like they're changing.
Quick fix, that's different.
Right. I don't feel they're changing anything that I paid for currently. I paid for Namor's Sig. I paid for his Prestige. I'm still maintaining both of those things. His damage, his overall damage, isn't going to change. Matter of fact, I think it may slightly ramp up a touch, just kind of how I'm playing it in my head. Because you're actually going to have more uptime out of your Fury charges than you are currently. Right now, you have a huge spike, and if you don't kill the opponent in that huge spike, well, then you're back to square one.
You got to start all over again. True, it's a high skill level for Namor.
Yeah. So anyway, I think at the end of the day, what I don't like about it, and the thing that I think the players have the right to be upset about, is changing champions long after they've been released. Now, this is my one little asterisk, okay? From a player that has played multiple MMOs, which is essentially what this is, many times over. Many times over in the gaming community, especially, for example, WoW, which is where most of my stuff comes from. You would start out.
Doesn't WoW offer great compensation packages when they nerf the characters?
No, they don't. Basically, this is what happens whenever the characters changed inside WoW. You looked at each other and you go, what do you want to do? And they would go, I'm either going to go re-roll a new whatever, or you bought a new account and you moved on. That was essentially the gist of it. Or you paid somebody to level up your new character to the new deal. And then it was a race.
That sounds like a nightmare.
It was. It was no fun, but it was something we knew.
So these people have 120 level on the character that got nerfed. They pretty much got 120 levels of garbage.
Yeah, you instantly overnight went from being one of the top players on the server to wanting to bang your head through a wall.
Caban, don't get any thoughts, bro. Don't get any thoughts, Caban.
So here's my point behind it. As bad as we think we have it, it's not that bad yet. I think as long as we do a good job as a community and as voices for the community, and make sure we do our best to make sure there's nothing like that, we're okay. But I mean, you're talking about a game where, in one moment, you can go from one of the highest DPS or one of the highest HPS healing per second characters on the server to suddenly overnight no longer being needed.
Real quick, Shane, Annihilate, it's not really a big change, but his Fury from his Special 2 goes from 12 seconds to 18 seconds, I believe. I think I got those numbers. And Ace, how you doing, Ace? I'm glad you're here. And it's not like they're massive changes. It's just the fact that they made those changes months and months afterwards. Cull, everyone knew was broken right off the bat. Like, the first week, everyone knew Cull was getting nerfed. Why wait this long? Yeah. They waited this long so people put the resources in them. People spent the money, to get those resources. And then I refunded any of the money. I'm not saying right on the check. I'm saying, and they have these numbers. They have all these numbers. Find out how much the unit equivalent would be. Kingpin Bulldog. Find how much the equivalent would be and give us those units also.
Sure. I think that's the next step is they need to find a way to reimburse the players for the money spent. That's the next step, is finding out some way, even if it's a piece of the puzzle, because along the way you get other stuff. You know what I mean? Must Be Honest says the MMO comparison is not the same as this game. This game is a loot box game that you have to spend cash or time for. Well, I was not that different. No, that is not true. I can tell you right now, I can send you some of my bills from playing WoW. It is very cash investive. And it is still a loot box because you still play the game over and over.
And it's massively time intensive.
Over and over, hoping to get one piece. I mean, I can tell you, people would pay us real money to come run with us to have a chance to get a piece, and we would reserve them that piece. If that piece fell, that person would buy that piece. And we're not talking small pieces of change. We're talking hundreds and some of them into the thousands of dollars for certain items inside the game.
How much longer are you going to be on, Sly?
Not much. I got about another 15 minutes.
Like Bulldog wants to get on the line. Is that all right?
Absolutely. Just join
Yeah,
Discord.
Bulldog, hop on Discord.
But again, I mean, it is a good comparison. We have a very interesting situation. We're just playing on a totally different deal. But I will tell you this. Either way you go about it, anytime you're playing a game and you're investing money, it's no fun to have things change. And that is where this really comes down to it. Kabam is on a very, very, very slippery slope. They have to be mindful of how they handle things moving forward, because if not done right, the very things that is concern of Months Behind is a legit concern. And is a very legit point. I'm not saying that it's not a legit concern now. I'm just saying it's not crazy.
I never thought of that. I always thought that loot boxes came from free to play. But yeah, man, I guess the drops for the gear from dungeon raids was really the first loot boxes out there. Never thought of it like that. Because you gotta spend your time, you gotta spend your money for a chance.
Just to hope. Drop. What's up, Ollie? Good to see you.
How you doing, Bambino?
But, and I agree, Must Be On. It is different. I'm not saying that it's not. In here, we are going after certain champs. We know what they want. We know our percentages. I'm not a fan of the changes. And I agree. Look, we've all seen my spending habits drop drastically. I am not endorsing spending on the game near like I used to. I was like, man, you enjoy playing the game, you spend, you get to grow. Boom, boom, boom. But, yeah. By the way, Ollie, you asked for that link earlier or last time you were here. There's the link. If you click that, you should be able to select multiple options now. And that's the sponsorship of the channel. That's the number you see over my shoulder, and you can raise it, lower it, depending on if you stay a member or not. But, Kabam has to do it. They've got to do it right. I think that's the ultimate thing.
They're trying to do it right, but they didn't. Why touch his regen? Why not?
Of all the things.
Why not bring up Cull's black proficiency? Even a couple percentage. Why not do those little things to actually show us that they can? They're listening. To show us that they're listening to us.
I agree. And again, this is round one. This one.
That's why we got to be on our soapboxes. We got to let them know that this is not appropriate. What they're doing. We can't be like, oh, this is great. Thank you, Kabam. I can't wait till you bend me over next month. And you're gonna bend me over 2 months from now? Oh, thank you. I can't wait.
I don't think anybody's saying that. I mean, that's the thing. Is like, and this is my problem.
You're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it. Wait till the CCP get on it.
I don't care what they have to say.
Me either. But there's a lot of the community that does.
No, I don't.
There's a lot of the community that. I live in Florida. I walk out the door. I can't walk 2 feet without seeing 13 dummies. There's a lot more dumb people out there than you think.
I don't disagree, but at the end of the day,
love congregating.
you know, at the end of the day, I don't think you're going to see a lot of people that are like, oh, this is great. First off, the community hates Kabam more than they love it. Okay? So to believe for 1 second, just one minute second, that people are going to be okay with this is insane. Nobody is looking forward to this. We all hate it. I don't even like it. I think it's ridiculously stupid. I mean, if I had to grade this, the idea of it, any at all, it's a 1 out of 10. It's a terrible, terrible thing to have to do. I think you have to pay attention to your game and build it properly.
You're right, Ace. We thought about that before. I was wrong about that completely. He does gain the region that I like most about him is a region I get from willpower as he hitting the opponent with full suicides. That's nice. But what they did was they dropped it from the specials from 6% to 3%. That means if you are running suicides, you're not getting that 5% back immediately.
Right.
You know, I understand it. You know, they don't want it 6. They don't want you to gain health from it, but only drop it down to 5.
Yeah, but that's
no
not
reason to cut it in half.
Again, but you have to remember, this is a large part of the statistic, and I used to kind of pointed it out earlier. The problem is it's not a flat number. It's not a 3% of full health. It's 3% of missing health. So if you're at 50% health...
No. I thought it was 6% health. Bring that up.
No.
I thought that if I throw recoil, I'm still going to come out 1% on top, right?
Nope. Now. It's missing health. So the lower your health bar,
if it's
the
missing
more
health,
you
it doesn't affect me at all because I'm always at 100% with it.
All right, go ahead. It's up on the screen. Special attacks. Namor regenerates 6% of his missing health.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's why it's so big.
The region might not affect me at all, but I'm trying to be the voice for the millions of people it does affect. I'm the voice of the people right now. I'm a little people. Oh, gotta spin this quick.
Oh shit. Oh, you gotta be.
I honestly running full suicides. I don't think this is gonna affect me at all now. Like at all.
What size your shoe? Because I just want to know how much shoe you're eating right now.
It's a size 13. I got a big meal.
Yeah. Oh. It is missing health. It's always been missing health. It's
I never knew that.
Always been missing health.
I read this an hour ago and it didn't click. That's nothing, really. You know, so in other words, don't play like a scrub and it won't affect you. If you're a good player, this will never affect you.
Oh, fuck.
But what about all the terrible players out there? You know, their Cull's getting nerfed. They're going to realize how bad they are. They're going to move to Namor, and this is going to hurt them. I can't wait. I honestly, that's the best thing to come from this nerf. I can't wait to see all the Cull use have to go to use regular chance. Can't give my 2 hours back. That's just one point.
It was your big point. Like, we would be talking about anything. We would be talking about anything. Oh, I think the sky was like blue and it's turning purple today. Yeah, but Namor's region went from 6 to 3%, man.
Well, they cut it in and they snuck it in. Don't be
that's been your whole thing. Your whole living point today is 6 to 3, man. It's cutting it in half, bro. It's missing health. Oh shit! Never mind. It doesn't affect me. Yeah, we're good now. Okay.
That was just the first level to the climb to the mountaintop. The mountaintop, the big picture, is that they nerfed 2 highest DPS champs, and then they buffed 2 pain in the ass defenders.
Okay. How many times have you seen Annihilus throw his special 2? By the way.
Special, I would never let him get
okay.
What do you think? I'm crazy.
Just wanting to point something out. Okay.
With that being said,
so what you're saying?
Put him on the node.
So what you're saying is right now we need to just go create a video how to bait Analysis Special 1 so that you never have to see the big buff, the big bad buff coming from it.
You do a video like you know what his special 2 looks. What, you a dummy? Yeah, no, you never let him get to a special 2. You don't let any.
I'm so confused. No, you push Yellowjacket to his special 2 every time.
So I like Yellowjacket. Yellowjacket special 1 is like Electro special. You just go back and you want to be on the left side when he throws it.
Oh God.
Exactly, Bravo. Exactly.
Marco says best stream ending ever. Tice is crying now. What's up, fan? I'm good to see you. Oh my God! You gotta be kidding me.
But
after torturing me for that,
doesn't mean it doesn't. It's not going to affect everyone.
It does. No. Okay, hold on. I'm bringing Bulldog into the chat real quick. It does affect everybody, and don't get me wrong. And don't.
What up, Bulldog?
Don't get me wrong. It still is an effect, right? Have a far added to Nightbot. I mean, don't get me wrong. It does affect everybody. It does. I mean, this is still a nerf. And here's the thing: the regen nerf, okay, actually affects the average player more than a high end player because they're going to take chip damage.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm not getting hit that often.
Right.
I'm far from the best player, but I'm not terrible.
They're still taking chip damage. They're taking all these things along the way. It has its effect.
It hurts the middle class more than it hurts the upper class.
Correct.
That's the thing.
And here's this entire thing.
Rational reason for that, other than to screw the middle class.
No, that's Bulldog now. It's me and Bulldog.
Yeah, Diane. Kingpin's been the one on the call the whole evening. The thing about it.
You didn't know that?
No, nobody. They were all too busy trying to get your Kleenexes for your regen. Oh, let me go get him a pail real quick. You were solving the world's water problem for a little bit over the regen.
Well, that's writing on the wall. Because what other nerfs are they going to sneak in? They're going to tell us about this, and they're going to sneak in something else to the back door.
Look, here's the problem. I want to back the ship up for just a minute. The problem that's facing Kabam is the problem that faces every game, which is power creep. Okay, their job is to sell. It's like, look at Magic in the mid to late 90s, okay? They had all these products. They were releasing product after product and making money hand over fist. But now they've got all these great cards, and nobody's going to buy the new products because the older cards are more powerful. They can't just keep making, what's the next card? One flip, you win the game, right? So what did Magic do is essentially they started creating different leagues. There's classic, standard, all these different things, right? Well, they kind of already have that here in the sense that there's, like, beginner and normal and heroic and epic, etc. Right? But we're reaching that point too, where look at 6 hours to get through Abyss of Legends. That talk about egg on the face, right?
That's now, 6 hours from the top player too.
Right, exactly. Well, and see, that's the thing, and I brought that up on Reddit earlier. Is that here in MCOC we have exactly that. We have an upper crust. We have that top 1% of 1%. Jose Diaz. Fifth Circle, please say hi to my girlfriend. Okay, hi, Jose's girlfriend. Here we have the top 1%, the whales, the cows and the Setons and everything like that. And then we have a huge middle class, and then a small beginning class, because the beginning class can join the middle class pretty easily. So the thing is within a month, exactly. Kingpin has a very good point that why the regen. That right there, now obviously dialing back the thing with his power, the same thing with Cull Obsidians, same thing with a lot of what they did in 12.0. Those are there for a reason. Those are to keep the content challenging, so people aren't just going to storm through stuff. They're not overpowering, they're not just walking through war like it's no difficulty. But the regen makes no sense other than to hurt players in the middle class, which is the vast majority of us, to drive us to try to get whatever the next big champ is going to be. You don't think Doom is going to be nerfed in the next 6 to 9 months? If you don't believe that, then you're living in delusional land. Yeah, and Aegon as well.
Aegon tore through the abyss, man. It's really got me scared.
Right. So, and it was like that with Star-Lord in the very beginning. It was like you had to have Star-Lord. If you had Star-Lord, you could do anything. LOL, all that stuff.
And then you had too.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
Forgot.
That's what I'm saying is they did.
Amazing numbers, astronomical numbers. There was no ceiling to Star-Lord.
Then there was a cap. Then they put in a cap, 400 hits. That's it. It's done. Right. And that's the thing that bothers me about this is these are not launch champs. These are not 2016 champs when they were still kind of feeling their way. These champs are, I believe, less than a year old or close thereof. I lose track of when things came out. But the fact is, these are not old champs. So that means that they either, again, Hanlon's razor says, never attribute to malice that which can be explained by incompetence. So we either have to believe that they're so incompetent that they didn't bother to test these things, which I highly doubt, or this is how the game is going to be. They're going to release great champs. We're going to invest in them. It's the next best thing. Doom is the big star of the moment. It was Cull, and then it was Namor, and then they'll have to just dial it back a little bit so that they can sell those next champs. That's how they make their money.
Honestly, to play devil's advocate with the testing, there's no way they can hire as many people to test it that the player base of 1 million players is going to be able to
put it through. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
That's why you should nerf them quick. Nerf them within months. Say
within a month.
A month
or two. Exactly.
Let's get this.
This coming back 6 to 9 months, 12 months later, that I say is I call shenanigans.
Yeah, because they're just making more and more people. Yep, letting them invest their time, letting them invest their money, give them the thin hope that maybe it's not going to be nerfed.
I just got my first Namor, 2 weeks ago, and I pulled a 6-star, and I was super excited after I realized what he was capable of.
He's amazing.
And now what am I? He's still going to be great. I'm not going to sell him. I'm not going to risk getting. I mean, my 6-star luck is terrible. I'm not risking it. Even dialed back, he's still better than every other champ I have in a 6-star, plain and simple.
Oh, he's nasty.
But I feel bad for people that SIG 200 him and he was their workhorse because it doesn't hurt the upper crust players. Guys like Seaton, fine, and just switch over to whatever. Losing
them for that was very Australian. And losing 2 weeks doesn't hurt us either. We all have 12 or more R5s and R2 or more. So losing for a week doesn't hurt us. If he's one of your
it's hurting the people we were 2 or 3 years ago.
The
guys we were a couple of years ago, this would have crushed. Like when you only had 1 or 2 good 5-stars.
2 years ago, I'd be up to Creek.
So much content you wouldn't have completed. Yeah, exactly.
Well, at the end of the day, I don't think you would have sold him at all because at the end of the day, you ranked him not because of one thing or the. And again, this goes back to what's been nerfed. You didn't rank him because of his region. You didn't look at him and go, God, that 6% missing health is so sexy.
No. Well, now listen, I run suicides. I've run full suicides ever since I have my ranks are all, if you look at my list, they're all suicide friendly.
They are. But my point to you is you're not ranking over his region. You're not ranking him because he got to the Imperious Rex so fast.
Right.
No, I ranked him because he was suicide friendly, but mainly his SIG had everything to do.
Right. So now that regen. See, KP is right because some people would have ranked him because of the regen, because of the suicide friendliness of his regen. Now he's not nearly as useful with his regen now halved.
Now here, I'll put money on it. Okay? That if we ask even everybody in the chat how many knew how his regen worked before I explained it, I bet 2 out of the 35 viewers.
I will bet you anybody who ranked 5'd him knows exactly how it worked. I don't care what the rest of the chat thought of it.
I didn't. But honestly, man, I have some of my rank. That's the truth, though. I don't want to lie. I don't want to be a hypocrite.
There's Tice. I did it.
I'm not perfect.
Nobody even read the regen. And here's why I say this. This goes back to the whole CPP and the careful slippery slope and how everybody looked at the videos and go, holy crap, he puts out stupid damage if you get to the special 3. And they went,
thank you, Afara, for that, by the way.
And they went, da-da, I'm taking him. And that's what they were ranking him up on.
His regen doesn't affect me because I don't get hit. But let's say I'm a mid-tier player just learning. I'm still watching Dorky Diggity Dave Ninja series. I'm learning the foundation of how to play this game. I'm getting hit. That's 6% every time you throw a special. If you're not running suicide, that's huge. Yeah. That's huge.
Look,
you throw 10 specials. That's 60%.
regardless if they knew or not, that doesn't change the fact that they're still coming back at down the road 9 months later and changing it with no valid reason. And out of nowhere is not even a big deal. It's why. There's no reason.
That's the thing. I think more than anything is it's got to be done in a timely manner, and it needs to be done in a way that makes sense. And and I mean,
give me the justification for that, like you did for the power.
We're going to be transparent. We're going to talk to the community. Right. Here, bend over, please.
Right.
Hey, this is far from a bend over. Is it fair?
No, this isn't a bend over.
No. But this is far from what it could. If they touch the
beginning of it. This is the beginning of it.
I can tell you this: if it becomes the beginning of it, the player base won't stay. They can't afford to.
Right, and I said that on Reddit today.
But they know that. They know that they're gonna tiptoe on that line.
You can't afford to.
They absolutely can. Every business does. They do seminars.
That's exactly great. I'm just telling you,
they exactly how to do it.
These guys cannot do it.
They use the same buzzwords that Caban uses.
They cannot
do it. So I know
they're
watching them.
Yeah.
The problem is Caban burned the bridge. So Caban burned the bridge back at 12-0, right? They burned it down. They burned that to the dirt. Okay. Then they've done a lot of little things along the way and built like a makeshift rope bridge that's kept players coming in and these things.
12.0 I was so mad about, but looking back after a few years, they had to do that.
That best thing could have happened.
They had to.
Which is what they're slightly doing now, but
this ain't 12. That's the thing.
But they compensated us for it. They compensated for these are
they're going to quote unquote compensate us here too.
This is
you'll have the option of selling them
with zero real world value. They can throw us a 5-star crystal here and there. It doesn't hurt them. But why don't they do it? Why not? Why not take care of your player base that takes care of you?
And again, I don't think that they don't think they are.
You want me to show you guys love? Show me love, and I'll show you love, Caban.
Well, remember that 10% of the community pays 90% of their bills, essentially.
Oh,
right?
I would say even
so everything that they do is
2% of the community pays 90% of the bills.
Great, 2% pays 99%. Let's just say, right? So their big concern is those 2%. Those 2% aren't going to give a rat crap about these changes. Not going to affect them in the least. Okay, so maybe it takes, I just won't use my Namor. I'll just go use my, whatever, whoever's my Doom. So of course they're going to do these things.
My rank 2 Doom 6-star, 200.
Look, I agree to a degree, but on the same token, I don't. And the only reason I say that is because, look, I'm in enough chats that I see things happening. You're talking about some monstrous accounts that are selling on a daily basis, or up for sale, I should say, on a daily basis. Because players that were highly invested in the game are not invested anymore because they're not going to put up with it because things are changing.
It could be a million different reasons. Like, I've played with players that have passed.
But my point to you is the player base is not going to stick around if it's not done right. I mean, it's just the way it is. Right. It must be behind #remember Namor.
That's right. But why touch his regen? Why touch his regen?
Well, I think they made it clear.
The other thing I mentioned on Reddit in the article, I basically wrote an article. It was huge. But the thing I said on Reddit is that, I see the game now as having a cycle, essentially, and I'm okay with it, basically. So a champ is going to come out. It's going to be the next best thing since sliced bread, et cetera, et cetera. 6 to 9 months down the road, they're gonna quote unquote realize that it's a little unbalanced, make a few tweaks here and there, and then another 6 to 9 months down the road, another champ will come out who has a synergy that kind of gets that champ back to where they were pre-nerf, or like makes just like it would make a useless champ better. So it's like, oh, you got Winter Soldiers, you're only 6-star. Have a Killmonger, and look at that. Now he has
Winter Soldiers underrated.
Yeah, well, that's neither here nor there. But the point being is that it's gonna be this cycle because it's not like Magic where they could just restrict cards. Like you can't play anything from Unlimited anymore. You can't play anything from a Revised anymore. Right. Like everything is available.
Hearthstone, they just completely nerfed the hell out of cards.
Exactly. So we should
deck and they'll just nerf it to the ground.
I consider MCOC to be the best community I've ever been a part of. Number one.
Yeah,
Number
people
two,
say we're a toxic community. I think this community is amazing.
That's bull crap. And I called the guy out on Reddit today because this is not a toxic community. We have good discussions. We have good points. Nobody's trolling or he was complaining about all the people crying Nerf, compensation. You're always going to have 1% of people in any forum that are just jackasses.
You ever play Call of Duty in the early 2000s?
Oh, geez.
They would say stuff there that would get you arrested.
Exactly. This is a great community, and this is a small change that is going to affect some people. Yes, part of it is people just don't like change. Part of it is there are people that are always on the I almost swore F-Command bandwagon. It's been so long since I've been on anyone's channel. I was kind of just letting myself talk normally.
It's okay.
So anyway, there are people that are just going to take any opportunity to say, screw kabam. So I just basically the reason I wanted to come on is to say what I said, which is this is a great community. I don't understand why they touch this regen other than to damage the middle class. The people like me who don't spend a lot, but if I'm trying to complete content, I'll spend, because I'm trying to get through it. And now if my Namor is not nearly as regen-y, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Right, exactly. If I actually did hard content.
Now, Cull is like pre 12.0 Thor. I had 12.0.
I knew that would last.
Now when they dropped him, that stunted my growth a lot because I had to relearn. I had to teach myself how to play with other characters. Now there's a big piece of the middle class that's been only playing since they had a 5-star Cull. They got lucky. They got him, and they did all the practicing, all the playing with this Cull. That's what they know. Now that Cull's nerfed. He's done. Right. So now all of a sudden,
we don't know that for sure yet. Again, we're assuming it is.
Right. Remember, all the people, remember that one guy from West Virginia that we had in the early days that Lester, who basically at 27K walked through Realm of Legends because he had a 550 Sig 99 Scarlet Witch. Didn't have anything else on his account and just walked through it because she was so powerful.
Which was so good. She's still powerful.
I had to do Realm of Legends with a 4-star Doctor Strange, 700 plus hits every fight because I was trying to beat 12.0 coming out. And it made me a better player. And I agree. I'm okay with. I just don't want to see it 9 months down the road. That just smacks.
I don't want to see a player base off quitting because of this. I do not want to see a player base quitting. I love this game. Right. If I didn't love this game, I wouldn't be speaking so emotionally about it. If this Nerf makes people quit,
though, it's like the people that would quit under this circumstance, in my opinion, are the people that have already done everything and they're already bored with it. Yeah. Right, exactly. They just don't see it, or they're using this as an excuse. They wanted to leave anyway. The vast majority of this player base is going to be just fine from this.
Yeah, here's the deal, and I'm going to go back to this regen touching since this is a big deal for.
They could have threw us extra. They're giving us less than what we put in for it. They could have threw us extra.
Look, I get that. The one thing that I think that they could have done better is how do you handle the spending? How do you handle the arena? Hey, you got this guy from the arena that was X, or you spent X amount on this champion. There needs to be a chart. If they need to do anything smart, they need to sit down and create a compensation chart where if you spend X amount on crystals for a certain champion, we are going to refund X amount of units back. And it shouldn't be dollar for dollar because you're getting other things out of this along the way.
Or throw everyone 2 5-star basics and 5,000 6-star shards. Make it simple.
Because it's not fair. I mean, we're throwing this
nothing.
No, send it to everyone.
But that's not fair.
Everyone.
But it's not fair. Because why should I spend money for you to take my 5-star crystal?
That's not. You're getting it.
But it doesn't matter.
You're getting the 5-star.
That's like saying, here, I want you to pay for my 5-star crystal.
Well, it was the same thing with 12.0 with the compensation package. So
no, it wasn't.
Make that argument.
Everybody didn't get the same.
And
no, we did.
In 12.0? I thought everyone got the same in 12.0.
I thought was depending on where your account was, depending on what you got.
No, I don't think so. I think with 12.0 it was across the board. Whether you had that chip or not.
I got crazy stuff for
even if I don't even know what Ace was saying.
Wait, no, I think it was tiered. I think it was tiered on PR. It might have been on PR.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bryce just called it. It was cheer for prestige. That's right.
Oh, it was Prestige?
There you go. It was based on prestige.
Yeah, it was prestige. Yeah.
Oh, maybe. I got the highest one.
Yeah, for
Here
all
is a sub. Nothing personal. It's like, what?
So did
Nothing
I.
behind? Hashtag remember Namor.
I'll
Hey.
never be the same.
Yeah.
But why'd they have to touch his regen?
Yeah.
Exactly. Why?
Yeah, Bishop says it was based on
Avoid
rating
things.
back on
Rating?
12. It was based on your rating.
I
player
think,
rating.
I think it was PI. I think it was the player
Yeah.
index.
Yeah,
I mean, either way.
Not prestige.
Either way, it was.
That's
it was,
right. Yeah.
Either way, it was tiered. You know, my point to you is they need to come up with a chart, very very simple chart. You know,
so
if
do
you've
it tiered again.
if
Do
you've
tier
spent
compensation,
but
give
what I'm
us a little bit extra.
No,
if
but
you're gonna
no.
hurt us, give us a little bit extra.
But you're not listening. It's not fair to the player that spends $5,000 on a champion to give the guy that spent nothing on the champion the same benefit as the guy that spent $5,000.
Yeah, unless the guy there's someone that spent $5,000 and someone spent 100 hours grinding.
But that's my point. How many crystals you open
Those are
for the
which
champ, or based on if you did him in arena, you know, there needs to be a chart based on arena grind versus spent money. And there needs to be a compensation for the units that would have been earned or spent during that time span. I'm not saying you make it one for one, but I'm saying you got to give something. There's got to be a give. But it needs to be a chart. There needs to be a percent of return. You know, it doesn't need to be, oh, well, we're changing something. Here, everybody, take a free 5-star. This guy
So why
spent
not,
10
though? I
grand.
think that's-
Give
I
it to
think that's
everybody.
easy.
You know, the problem
At
with
least that
that though
shows
is
something. If they're
you
saying
just-
we don't
you
have the
can't-
numbers, that's an easy solution.
But they have the numbers.
I know they don't.
So,
Believe me, I
I
know
mean,
they
you
do.
can't. I guess this is my frustration with it. You can't sit here and throw them over a fire and say, "Oh my God, they're doing this because of the numbers. They're trying to make us spend more," and then turn around and go, "But they don't have the numbers. Everybody should just get
Well,
free
of
shit."
course, that's what they're telling us. They're telling us they don't have all these. Any numbers we need, any numbers that'll help us, they don't have.
I'm out on the free shit board. I'm out. I don't believe in just giving people free shit. It doesn't work.
I agree.
But it's not free shit. It's compensation.
But
There's
you
a difference.
didn't do anything for the fucking crystal. That's my point.
mean,
If you can't
I
just give it
didn't
to
do
everybody.
Dude, do you know how much I had to grind to get
I'm
all
not
the
talking
features?
about that. You're saying give it to everybody. I'm talking about
would-
Joe Blow that sat there and did nothing.
I would
He
vote
doesn't
Joe
deserve
Blow
a
back.
crystal. Don't give him shit.
A matter of fact, if Joe Blow did it and got a 5-star ghost, I'd be the first one to retweet his tweet and congratulate him.
That's good, but he
You know,
doesn't
wait,
deserve
stuff
it.
like
Wait,
that,
wait.
that'll
You
bring
should only
people,
get-
make people play the game more. That'll bring more people.
No,
into
it will
the
drive
game.
away the competitive. It will. I would quit the game if they give
Yeah.
away everything because there's
5-star
there
is
is
gonna break
there
the
is
game.
no competitive circle at that point.
No, not at all. Not at all, Reaper. Warlock's Awakened ability is pretty much a weak degen and
Very
good
weak.
prestige.
Hey, by the way, Sly, 2 days ago, I didn't know what to do. I couldn't decide between taking Namor to rank 2, my 6-star, or 565 in Corvus, like you guys said. Guess what
Corvus.
Oh, Corvus
You did-
is amazing.
You should have done Corvus, but I'm going to assume you did Namor.
I did? Nah, I did Corvus.
Ah!
I knew there was a nerf coming. I just didn't know what it was yet.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah, no,
here,
Corvus.
I want the
Biggest
I want the community to be compensated, but I want them to be compensated based on
For
what
things
you
they
do.
actually need to be compensated for. Right,
Then
exactly.
That's it.
Then tier it.
Create-
No.
Would it be mad?
Wait,
Would it be mad
Stop,
if they're
stop,
tiered?
stop. Wait, are we talking about compensating everybody because they're nerfing Cull and Namor?
I'm saying each time they do a wide nerf, throw everyone a 5-star crystal.
This isn't a white
basic.
nerf. This is 2 very specific champ nerfing.
It's not. It's
This
5
isn't like
champs.
changing a mastery. This is not a white.
It's
2
it's
champs
five,
not qualified as
five,
white.
5 different champs are getting changed. You know,
It's
Wait. Annihilus is getting an improvement, right?
Annihilus and Maul both getting improvements, but those are defenders, so that's going to hurt us in the long.
Well,
that's
defenders
gonna cost
according
us.
to you. I mean,
That's going to cost
can't
us
be
more
that
money. That's why they're
insane.
getting buffed.
Oh, I see what
If
you're
they were
saying because
attackers,
they're
nerfed.
not attackers. Okay,
Exactly.
that's going to cost us
This is
more
gonna
money.
cost
I
us
get
more
what you're
money.
saying.
Yes.
I get that,
Right,
but at the end of the day,
or-
it's still I'm not
I
into
think-
giving people free things. I just Look,
in a sense, though, he's right that it's not free things because they're going to cost us more money. If they're making Maw and Annihilus is already hard enough. I'm
it's a pain in the ass.
Sure.
He's the worst. He's absolutely the worst champ in the game to fight against.
Listen to this, Bulldog. Maw, they're doing his degen off of, not off of his base attack, but off of, what was the word they used?
It's based off his modified
attack.
Modified.
That means if he's on a plus 400%.
Because they did away with all of that. Remember?
I know. I was telling him that.
So why all of a sudden is he getting
now?
It?
Here is the next question.
Because it's going to cost us money, and it makes them money.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
Now you got me, KP. All right, go ahead.
It's the truth, though.
You guys are literally the biggest conspiracy theorists I've ever met.
It's not a conspiracy if it's true. It's not a conspiracy
at all.
A conspiracy is a cop-out blanket statement. You know, this is dirty business. This is a
Kabam is not our uncle. Kabam is not our kindly neighbor. Kabam is
I don't disagree.
Who make money, and this makes sense from a business strategy.
Very much so. Don't disagree.
And it's a commonplace business strategy. It's a business strategy that's got videos all over YouTube with them using the same buzzwords that Kabam are using. Kabam's not even being original about it. The cookie cutter.
New under the sun. I mean, of course, that's the thing is, but the thing is like, and Slice have said it. Look, you're either going to put up with it or you're going to walk away. You know, one of the two. And we're going to put up with it. We're peeing into the wind here. You know, just because we like to hear the sound of our own voices. Well, at least I do anyway.
I'm speaking so loudly against them because I want them to realize that maybe they should tone it down a little bit.
I don't know what they've done. We've not seen anything.
But why touches regen slide?
Oh my God! I'm gonna throw the fucking mic.
That's the writing on the wall. That's already they said they're gonna be transparent.
This begins the cycle.
We're gonna nerf him. Okay, I'm fine with that. I agree with that. I definitely agree with the Cull nerf. 100%. I agree with them. They had to be nerfed. But why all of a sudden is regen? And then why not throw a couple of percentage up on his block efficiency on Cull?
You know, here's the thing too. Why not space that out? Don't do it all at the same time. It reminds me of this Dilbert cartoon where he's like, due to poor sales this year, there will be no bonuses. Due to great sales this year, all the executives are getting bonuses. And then he goes, Carol, I thought I told you to put the United Way announcement between those two things. You know, and it's kind of like, why not do one and then the next month go, hey, we're boosting your Annihilus and your Ebony Maw. Don't do it all at the same time. That's just stupid.
Yeah, again.
Yes, I did. Ace Fusion. Did I miss something?
I didn't.
I think
I read them a couple of times actually.
I want to go see something.
Maybe you misheard what I said. What I said was I don't know why they snuck in his regen getting cut in half. And
what was their reason?
Why they believe they needed.
So I don't know.
No, I didn't read that. What was their reasoning? Of why they believe Namor needed a regen nerf?
Oh, and this is what blows my mind.
Let's hear this shovel full of bull crap.
So his regen is based on missing health. So
right.
To give you a rough idea,
is a nerf. If compensation's not compensation,
it doesn't matter. I mean, here's the thing: you can discuss it, but if it doesn't matter to you, then it's pointless to fucking tell you.
But I'm not the only person out there, man. No. My account is so much better than most people in this game. You know, it's not going to hurt me. I have other characters to fall back on.
It's not going to hurt most people.
It's going to hurt most people. It's not going to hurt a lot of people with the loudest voices.
You know, I mean, is it really going to hurt them, or is it going to inconvenience them?
Here, let me put it this way. Let me just point this out. If you're using Namor's regen to stay alive,
you got problems.
You're fucked.
No, you're not good. You're not good yet.
No. Let me explain. If you're using his regen to stay alive, and this is one of the streams I have I'm not holding back any at all. Let me explain. If you're using his regen to stay alive, you are fucked because you're throwing an L1 when you shouldn't be throwing one because you're at 3% health and you're getting back 6% of missing health. Again, picks you up, maybe 9% total over all that. You know, buys you a couple hits.
He is one of the top regen champions in the whole entire game.
He is, because when he's down to 3% health and you're using a regen...
6% of 97% is a huge sum. If his 97% is, if he's at like 24,000 health, and let's say he's down to 2,000 health, that's 22,000. 6% of that is a huge chunk.
Times 6% of 22.
So
it's
this is
1,300.
So
in
one
one burst.
This isn't a little nerf to his regen. This is a massive nerf to his
Which
regen.
makes sense with as much damage and utility as he has. I get their reasoning behind it.
But let us know.
If you're
There's supposed to be
throwing...
transparency, why all of a sudden is his regen on there? Yeah, now let us know. Let us know a couple of months ago when they told us this was happening. We're going to be transparent. We're going to build that.
I'm so confused.
Sure.
I'm so confused. You're beating them up over this, but they didn't tell us anything that was getting nerfed. We didn't know if it was SIG. We didn't know if it was attack. We didn't know anything. So I don't understand how you can throw them over this region.
Like of all the nerfing them goes his DPS.
No, they didn't.
Over and over.
No,
yes, they did. They most certainly did. They said him and Cull. The DPS was.
They said due to numbers. Everybody assumed it was DPS.
The DPS with the number. No, they said DPS.
They're not affecting his DPS. They're affecting the speed to his special 3.
It absolutely affects his DPS.
Oh
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just the
I'm
fact
gonna
that it takes longer for him to charge up means it's gonna raise the average of his DPS.
I tell you what, I'm gonna put a bet on it. I'm gonna bet now that I can squeeze more DPS out of Namor once the quote unquote nerf comes out.
Because of the extra bleeds that you're gonna play, a 30% greater chance to place bleeds. I think the DPS is gonna go up.
No,
I'm gonna bet you
because what the bleeds do, it stops you from getting the Imperious Rex.
Okay, put bets on it.
It slows down the way you get Imperious Rex.
I'm just asking. Do you want to put bets?
Second is how much damage he does over every second of the fight. Is that what DPS is?
You know, DPS is how quickly you can take down 150,000 HP champ. Okay. It's going to take him longer to take him down after the.
Yeah, probably.
Absolutely.
I don't have a problem with that.
That's DPS. DPS is damage per second.
I was just asking.
I'm still saying I squeeze more out after the buff or after the nerf.
No, you won't.
Put bet.
You won't. You can't. It's impossible. I don't want to take your money. I feel bad.
I'm so in. And here's why. Because you're basing it purely on a peak damage.
Now, if you do no suicide or if you do full suicides with deep wounds out of 5, then and you do deep wounds out of 1 now, maybe you can if you tweak it like that. But with me, I run deep wounds out of 1. It's not gonna help me at all. It's gonna hurt my damage, which doesn't. I don't care about it. I just got to play for
my point to you is
it doesn't really affect.
Namor's damage is going to be very minimally skewed, if any. It's the spike damage that's going to change, and even then, it's not going to change. It's going to be delayed.
The speed is going to change.
Now, with that being said, again, you're going to be able to reach a Fury faster now. Well, not necessarily faster. You'll use it faster. Huh?
It's slower.
No.
They slowed him down.
No, they... Oh, God. Okay. Let's go back over how Namor works, okay? I just want to draw this out. For everybody watching, let me explain Namor. You get a Fury every time you throw a special 3. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. How often do you throw your special 3 the moment you get Fury? Rate. Or the moment you get your special 3?
No, I don't. I wait till I get to about 27, 28.
27, 28, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, currently, when you're fighting, you're holding a special 3. Therefore, you're holding away from maximizing your damage because you're setting on a special 3 for as much as can be 10 seconds of a fight. I mean, a while ago, I reached a special 3 and still only had 11 Imperious Rex charges. So that's 29 charges I still have to collect. Or no, I'm sorry, 19 charges I still have to collect before I can activate my special 3.
Right. And if it's taking longer for you to get those 19 charges.
No. You're not
following.
following.
Longer for you to get that Fury.
No, because you're holding it. My point is, if you throw the special 3 when you first get it, you're going to have a Fury instantly. On top of it, you're now going to have double the bleed activations. His bleed damage is going to double. He's now going to run not just from double activation, but because you're going to have a Fury on top of it. While ago,
yeah, but he got his massive damage from doing Imperious Rex. You know, getting that Fury with Imperious Rex, doing 2, maybe even 3.
Okay, let's just watch the screen.
That's where he got that crazy damage.
I understand. I understand what you're used to everybody telling you. But what I'm telling you is you're leaving the fact that you can have a Fury for more of the fight now. More of the fight, you can have a Fury up than you did before. Currently, we are running with less Fury activation time. I'm talking about your Fury activation time. Your Fury is down more currently.
What you're trying to say is you're going to be able to easily get into 2 special 3s before you're able to get up to about 28.
I'm saying you're going to get 1 in, and then you're going to get the special 3 back up into the second Fury. Yes. So here, I'm going to run him, and I want you to watch what I'm talking about. I'm going to purposely slow play his Imperious Rex.
Don't. I think I get what you're saying, but I don't think it's not gonna help him.
It massively brings up his damage during the fight. Massively. Right now, he's bleeding for 95 ticks a second, or 95 per tick. That's his bleed, 95 per tick. Okay? So let's just get to a Fury. It's going to run up to about 300.
But the best part about Namor was getting the Imperious Rex quick.
But you're still going to get the Imperious Rex.
Right.
You're just not getting it as fast.
It's going to take double the time.
All you're missing is the peak.
It's going to take double the time.
It's just the peak. But again, if you're talking about long fights, his damage is slightly going to go up. Because you'll be able to...
No, it's not. Because long fights, it's double the time instead of getting 10
yeah, but the average
Rexes,
fight, you're not getting to Imperious Rex.
I'm not talking about average fights. I'm talking about endgame.
All right, I'm now
slugs.
Every bleed is now ticking for about 300.
In a hypothetical fight where now you can get 10 Imperious Rexes, then after you can only get 5. And you tell me that's not going to...
I'm telling you that's exactly correct.
You're telling me that bleed damage is going to make up for that?
Yeah, that's what I think he's saying. The bleed damage and the increase.
Not the bleed. You're not listening. It's not the bleed. It is the Fury that you're going to have from the first Imperious Rex that's going to be up when the second one goes off, and you're going to fire 3 of them off. It's going to be easier to stack.
Will that Fury still be up?
Yeah. Bishop says, the delay allows you to let off a special 3 and build up another waiting for Imperious Rex. You'll have a Fury up when Imperious Rex activates.
While that second special 3 Imperious Rex is.
Yeah.
Test that out real quick. Is that what you just did? I wasn't watching.
That's what I've done 3 times tonight when we've been arguing this.
Oh geez, I'm on way behind. Crap. I wondered what was it. I couldn't see you actually playing. You were still just talking and nothing was coming out.
I just seen a 39 hit after the special 3. That's what.
But my point to you is, you're now going to have a much more consistent, non-stop Fury up at all times. Now, obviously, the problem is it's really hard to test it right now because anytime you throw a medium, you're going to gain basically.
Yeah, I don't think so.
An outrage charge, but.
We won't know until we see it. I mean,
we won't know.
Right.
But the real question is, why'd they have to touch his regen?
Exactly. Why touch his regen? Why would you touch his regen? Why would you touch his regen? Just to mess with me. Just to get me all worked up.
Yeah, just to get you worked up. Ace, you're basically going to be doing 3 special 3s with slowed down Imperious. You'll get the 3rd special 3 off with Imperious. You'll have 2 Furies. Yeah. It doesn't drastically change him. The biggest thing you're going to see is that you're going to have a Fury up more often, so you're going to have a lot more Fury up time.
To me, it sounds like it's going to be a drastic change. It really does.
I don't think it's drastic.
I could be wrong, but I'm usually right.
Guess what? We're going to find out February 5th. We're going to come back and check him out.
We'll see.
But until then, let's just be hopeful.
Until then, let's all make videos. Let's all make videos with our Namors. We'll get as much information as we can, get as much data as we can, and then we all do the same videos afterwards.
Yeah, I think it. Look, I think if we go back and look at this, I think if we go back and recap this more than anything, the frustration with this at all is changing a champ so late, how it's communicated, and finding a way to compensate players for their time and money spent on a champion.
And why nerf the good champs and buff the defenders? Why nerf attackers and buff defenders? Why aren't we ever nerfing?
Because they're a business.
Exactly.
Because they're a business.
Exactly. So no matter how you want to paint it, they're doing whatever they can to screw us in the end.
I don't think it's a screw. I mean,
that's not a fair set of language. No, because if the goal was just to screw us, every champ would have $1 billion health.
To cost us more money. No, they can't do that.
Yes.
They can't do that. You know why they can't do that? Exactly.
Because then we wouldn't be here.
So there's a fine line that
it's a willful contract between both parties, between us and Kabam. They're going to constantly be dancing the edge, and so are we. We're going to look for loopholes. We're going to look for any ways to use the stuff they've given us. They're going to constantly try to stay ahead of us.
What's that?
Well, I was about to say about that thing that popped up.
Oh.
I was telling one of the mods to drop that.
Hashtag
but what they're doing now is they are pushing the envelope. They're pushing the envelope to see how far they can take us.
I don't know.
Unless we put our feet down and we stand our ground, they're going to keep on pushing it further.
This isn't the hill to die on, Bo.
So you guys are
way too soon. That's way too soon.
It's not too soon.
This is not big enough to die on that hill, in my opinion.
It's not. They're taking. First of all, they're nerfing things out of nowhere.
Hey, what's going on with Thing?
We're not getting nothing for that. Instead of fixing
what's going on with Thing?
Instead of fixing his special 3, they're keeping it the same. And again, the same thing they did with Sim Supreme, where they messed up the wording. He was never working how he should be working. And they're fixing it. But they're fixing it by changing the word. So he's working, he's supposed to work the broken way. He's not working the way he was intended. He's not working the way he was sold. No compensation whatsoever. People's argument. Yeah, it's a special 3. His special 3, he gets a massive Fury buff. He gets 100% each Fury.
Again.
Now, what they're doing is they're just allowing him to do his own Fury. They're not allowing him to do. You can't just hide those.
I did.
Oh, they're all different.
Keep on
popping up. That means you get popular, bro.
Frojo nailed it. Kabam's always going to do what Kabam wants to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I agree. I mean, at the end of the day,
we do matter though.
They're going to do whatever they can do.
But
they're going to do whatever we allow them to do. As soon as they start losing customers, they're going to reel it.
Right, then they'll reel it back. Exactly. They're going to constantly push the envelope, and then they'll reel it back.
But why let them get to that point?
Because the only way that you don't get to that point is by quitting the game.
This ain't bad. This ain't terrible. Could have been a whole lot worse. Let's stay around here. This is our safe spot. This is our safe spot. What we do is we go to Kabam office. We all have billboards. Why touches regen? Why touches regen? You let them know. That'll be our mantra from now on.
I'm getting out of here. You're terrible. Remind me to throw something heavy at you when you get up here.
Look at this. Oh, that's meanness.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's what that is. That's meanness, I think.
Anyway, all right, with that slice him in Kingpin's eyes, you nerfed Namor before Kabam did. Now his regen sucks. This is terrible. Look, I mean, I get the points. I understand. There's a point where I agree. We've got to make sure that as players we do our job to take care of one another. There's also a point where we have to be understanding. If you want the game to survive, you want them to be able to stick around. There's going to be things that happen.
They're making $1 million a clip off the events that they do. They're making more than enough money. How much money do they need? Yeah. Yeah. Now don't get greedy. I'm glad you make the money. You deserve it. You make a beautiful game.
Again, there's a million.
So this guy is actually watching.
There's a million different games out there, and yet we see players every day sticking with this game regardless of what happens. Obviously,
like
there's
I
some.
said, man, there's a lot of dummies in this world.
Let's
chalk
me up.
Say it's okay for them.
Chalk me up. So Devious.
I know, that's amazing. I love it. Right on.
Too funny. So anyway, I think things are looking good.
It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot better.
I still think at the end of the day, one thing, Namor's still worth the rank up. Secondly,
if you have the 6 stones up.
If you have the 6 stones, he still needs his sig ability. His damage, I think, is still going to be
200. He's still one of the best. Still one of the best answers to so many.
I personally still think his damage is going to be fine. I can't wait to test it. I'll be honest. I'm really excited to test it. So.
You want to stop this from happening? You want to stop me from getting on a soapbox? Just do it quick. Do it quick in a minute. Be like, listen, you guys, there's a million players testing. There's no way we can test it like you guys. This is definitely not going to work out in the long run. We have to nerf it and nerf it quick. Nerf it to the ground. Nerf it quick. I don't care. Just nerf it quick.
I think the key is just how they go about it. But we'll do
don't let the feature come and go.
Yeah, I think
you got me grinding an insane amount, spending an insane amount of money to get this character that's just going to get dropped.
I think this is something that, we definitely discuss more as we go. We see how things go. I'm excited to see how they look on the 5th of February. Get a chance to really check out the champions and go from there. But it is that time. I have got to get up out of here. You all have a nice night. Take care. Have fun. Ooh. We almost forgot. We have to do one thing. Because if we don't, I feel like I cheat people. We've got to run the credits.
Got to run the credits.
We got to run the credits.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, brother.
What's that?
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
No, it was good, man. All right, guys, gals, thanks everybody for coming in and watching. I greatly appreciate it. The super chats tonight, there's Bloody, Citizen Bravo, the subs, Mr. Carlos of SJ1, and a new sponsor in Ali. Thank you, guys. Thank you to everybody that's already a sponsor. As you see, we got 17. Our goal is 20. We're also looking to get to 5,000 subscribers. That's the first one. We're going to have a big giveaway at that point. So do me a favor. Tell as many people about the channel as you can. There will be a video coming out concerning this discussion. I was going to try to do it tonight, but this went a little longer than expected, so I'll try to do it another night here soon and have a little bit of pointers on my scope of it and thoughts and whether the champion should be sold or kept and just what you should do on the rank ups concerning these guys. So with that being said, I'm getting out of here. You all have a nice night. Take care. Have fun. And as always, keep on gaming. Hope to see you around next time. Adios.
You all rock.